इतना सा फर्क है कुछ होने में और बहुत कुछ होने में। इतना सा फर्क है एक बार सोच के छोड़ देने में और लग के कर दिखाने में। मान लेने में कि जिंदगी ऐसे ही कटेगी और सुबह 4 बजे उठ के सोचने में कि अभी तो बस शुरुआत है। किसी मैगजीन को हाथ में लेने में और उसी मैगजीन के कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी कि एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानकुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और 7वें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया, 20 years of ideas.
Very good evening to all. We at Franchise India welcomes you all to Bharat Franchise Show. It's India's biggest multi-franchise show ever, where our aim is to digitally present some of the handpicked opportunities for you all. We do not endorse any brand. This is just a presentation of different business opportunities so that you can take a right decision. With this introduction, I also welcome brand participants who have joined us today to present their business model with us. I also welcome and invite the management team of Franchise India, Gaurav sir and Sonia ma'am. During this webinar, we will try to cover all the aspects of business opportunities we will be showcasing. We also encourage all those who have joined to ask questions here and our hotline number, which is 9717683838. I would request our chairman, Mr. Gaurav Miner, to please take it forward and share a few words with us. Thank you, Gaurav sir, for joining us. Over to you.
Thank you, Stanley, and welcome, friends, and welcome to Bharat Franchise Show. This is a very strong initiative by Franchise India, 100 days, 100 cities. We're very proud of the kind of result we've got for the first 19 days. This is the 20th day today, and 19 days have been remarkable. We have got every city we get. We got a very positive response. This is ideally a 1.5 hour show, but we had actually extended it to 2.5 hours, 3 hours, because the kind of support and the kind of response we've got. This also is very reflective of what is happening in our economy. There is a little bit of a, what I call surge to really come back, and I see that very, very strongly. Yesterday, I went to a luxury mall. I'm giving this example not from a any other perspective, but more from a what I'm seeing in market happening. This is a mall called which is a DLF mall in Vasant Kunj. I went there and I thought this I would be the only one in that mall, and I was surprised to see that the mall has absolutely packed up. Not even a seat, 20 minutes of waiting to do that, which shows that people are never going to stop. The world would continue, they will go out, and we are actually, if you really see a mindset viewpoint, a month back, all of our mindset was very different. Every day morning we got up and we saw how many cases, what happened to the world, is the world going to collapse, especially in India. And now, after 1 month, we are not talking about that. We are seeing something else. This is a human life. It goes on, and you need to be really consistent. And I have a dear friend of mine, Anna Malay. I see his picture every day in morning when he's running and he's pushing himself. And every day he goes out, and even in this difficult period, I saw him almost every day out there and pushing himself. That's what we all are made for. That's what human is made for, to go out and really do what we are supposed to do, create better careers, create opportunities, help other people. That's what Franchise India's belief system is also. So I welcome you all. I welcome you to our Bharat Franchise Show. I'll give you a piece of advice before you make an investment decision. Connect four dots. Connect four dots. One is the industry you want to choose. Very, very important. Why are you choosing the industry? What tells you that you have that experience to participate in the industry? What is happening in that industry for next 3 to 5 years? That's very important. So choose the industry right. Second, the brand. Why are you choosing the brand over any other competition which is available in the market? Why you say that the brand is better than the brand other brands available in the same category? What kind of sport, training, infrastructure, everything else which the brand would really want to bring in. And third is your own financial goal. What is your financial goal? What are you expecting from that business? That's very important. And fourth is your micro market. Which market you're really starting? What the market is telling you? What is kind of a need gap available? Connect those four dots. Go and take a good advice. I also say that it's very important to take a good mentor or a good coach who can really guide you through in terms of this decision making. Sometimes people want to do it themselves. That's not great, because especially a lot of people who are the first time business buyers. If you're a first time business buyer, you've never done business, you need a lot of help. So please go and seek that help from our very, very talented, very experienced independent franchise consultants. I have a lot of them available on the today's panel, and I will like to bring in Sanjay, who's a senior colleague of mine, works with us in head office. Sanjay has a lot of experience, over 2 decades of years of experience. Sanjay, if your viewpoint, and also please introduce our consultants who are available and can also help and advise the potential investors. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir, for setting up the perspective for yet another edition of this Bharat Franchise Show, which is an initiative by Franchise India. Only with this concept and with this thought process that we would help our investor community to find out this business opportunity, especially after this COVID time, wherein a lot of people across India have lost their jobs and they want to start some business, and where they would go and they want to invest in any business, but they have no clue where to invest and which business to invest. Franchise India last 24 years is dedicated into this service, wherein we help investor community to really look forward for any investment in any of the credible brand, maybe startup brands, maybe established brands, maybe international brands who are entered in India. So Franchise India have got a huge portfolio of international brands as well, wherein a lot of opportunities which we are bringing in, and a lot of investors are very much interested in, taking up a master franchise, taking up an area franchise, taking up maybe a unit franchise. So different options, different opportunities, which Franchise India keep on bringing in for our investor community. We would like to thank all the investors across nation, because they have always shown that trust in Franchise India. And we have also not let them down, because this COVID time, we have immediately transferred our platform from physical events to digital events from April 1st. Till now, it's more than 700 webinars which we have done. So every day, one opportunity which we are presenting to our community at 12 o'clock, and recordings also is available on our Facebook page. Huge content available on Facebook, Franchise India Brands page. You can anytime go and check what is opportunities, what are the options which we have launched till now. This initiative, which is Bharat Franchise Show, because we are talking about Bharat, so Franchise India has created a strong network on complete Bharat. Complete national-wide. We have strong franchise consultants who are very, very senior, very experienced with Franchise India. Only idea is to help investors so that we can handhold them properly and we can let them know where they should invest and which brand and which opportunity is perfect for their market, perfect for their pockets also. Sometimes what we do is we see some startup or see any opportunity wherein we feel, okay, let's go and invest. So sometimes you go a wrong decision you can take. So that's what Franchise India would always encourage, to go through a franchise consultant, have a coach, have a advisor in between, because if you are talking about even 5,000 rupees for a Insurance also, we go through an advisor. We go through somebody who is expert in that business, because we have no clue about how to go about that. So that's why we choose always a consultant. So when it is business, it's a long-term proposition. It's a hard and fast money, which is, it may be 5 lakh rupees also, it can be 5 crore also, but it is with that perspective. When you look at any business, complete families engage into this business, and you further engage a lot of people into your business. You give a lot of employment to a lot of people in your city. A lot of vendors are getting attached to you, and they are also having a lot of trust factor with you, that okay, fine, now you have taken up a opportunity, we can work with you. But later on, there should not be any regret in taking up that decision. So what we are doing now, we completely help, handhold in getting you the right information, then evaluating the right opportunity, and then taking it to the negotiation level also, wherein a complete structuring. That's what Franchise India is, because we are investor centric and franchise focused company. With that note, I would love to introduce and our franchise senior consultants and our business partners who are in right now. It's a South India chapter today. So from South India, I would like to welcome and invite Mr. Annamalai. He is coming from a large experience in franchise business, and he is from Chennai. I got Mr. Vimal with me, and he is from Kochi. Mr. Javed Khan, he is from Bangalore. I have Mr. Buddhasar, he's from Bangalore, and I have Mr. Sharad Babu, he's also from Bangalore. Very, very senior consultants, which have Ramana Rauji also. I have got Mr. Naushad also with me. He's also a global consultant and having globally consulted a lot of companies, a lot of investors. So now we have created that structure wherein we feel we will give you a right advice, and we can create a 30-minute free slot for you, wherein we help you which market you want to go, which business you want to, which category you want to go. As rightly said by Gaurav sir, that we have to connect these dots. That's what Franchise India has created, that arrangement to help you to create the right dots. So with that note, I would like to welcome Annamalai-ji. If you can also welcome your city, and over to you, 2 lines from your side. So quickly we'll have introduction, so that we have a large team today, so that we can go for inviting our first one.
Thank you, Sanjay. Vanakkam. Actually, I wanted to thank Gaurav, because he's been motivating me every day to post my photographs. I've been, although doing it for the last 5-6 years. This is my regular schedule. I am there in the ground at 5:15 or 5:20 sharp, either cycling or running, or some strengthening we have to do for running. But when Gaurav started motivating me, I just start posting photographs. Because of this, not only Gaurav, I am getting a lot of friends. I only had 600, 700 friends in Franchising Facebook. Now, totally, I have around 4,000 odd friends in Facebook. Thank you, Gaurav, for this motivation. I think you are my first fan. Thank you. Although we are all fans to you on franchising, you are my fan. I'm happy.
You should run actually extra mile for me, because I'm not running.
I will do for all of us. Thank you.
Keep doing good work. Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you. Vanakkam.
Thank you.
Good evening, one and all present here. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to yet another series, the Bharat Franchise Show weekend series, and it is South India show. Franchise India brings in their 20 years of knowledge in this show, even during this pandemic, to our drawing rooms virtually, for us to select the preferred brand every day at 7 p.m. They are unique and hand-picked brands. Kindly spend time, select a good brand that suits you, and get benefited out of this. Thank you, Mr. Gaurav Maria, the franchise guru and the more wanted man in franchising industry today. Thank you, Sonia, the managing director, Sanjay, the IFC head, Stanley, and all other Franchise India team members. We welcome you all to the South India Bharat Franchise Show virtually. I, on behalf of all the independent franchise consultants, welcome all the brands who are going to present today. We are anxiously waiting to know more. Thank you. And now over to the Franchise India team.
Thank you very much. So quickly, we have one line from each of us. Vimalji, over to you.
Thank you, Sanjayji. Thank you for offering this franchise show for us. Good evening, everyone. I am Vimal. I'm from Kochi, Kerala. Here we'll be presenting some hand-picked brands for you today. You can ask your questions in the Q&A box, which is there below. And we'll take up your questions and we'll pick up the answers from the respective brands for you. Just listen to what they are saying, note down what all doubts you have. You can get clarified by the end of the presentation. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Javadji, one line from your side.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಈ ಫ್ರಾಂಚೈಸ್ ಶೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕನ್ನಡಿಗರಿಗೂ ಈ ಫ್ರಾಂಚೈಸ್ ಶೋ ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್. ಯಾವುದೇ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಡೌಟ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ನಮ್ಮ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಟೈಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಟು ಯು. ವಿ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್ ಟು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಯು ಔಟ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್ ಸರ್. ಓವರ್ ಟು ಯು ಸಂಜಯ್ ji.
Thank you. Thank you. Mudassar ji, can see you talk. You have to unmute.
Thank you, Sanjay sir, for inviting everybody. And myself, Mudassar from Bangalore. A very good evening to all the attendees and Franchise India team. And I would like to thank Mr. Gaurav Maria especially for organizing this excellent event, and Ms. Sonia Chaudhary, and also Sanjay Bhatt. And also I would like to take this opportunity for everyone who attended this event and participated in this event. And I would also thank Mr. Gaurav Maria, the father of franchise in India, because as today is Father's Day, I would take this opportunity to especially thank Mr. Gaurav Maria for organizing this event for the South India event. And thanks a lot for this event, and all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sharad ji, over to you.
అందరికీ నమస్కారం, స్వాగతం సుస్వాగతం ఫ్రాంచైజ్ ఇండియా షోకి. And I would like to thank Gaurav sir especially, and Sanjay sir also, and Sonia ma'am also, for giving us an opportunity to showcase across South India the South India show, this mega event. And I would like to tell you that some of the brands will you will have that early mover advantage. This is the right time to invest, because these brands are going to, some of the brands, they're already making waves in the market and they're going to grow leaps and bounds. And there's no doubt a couple of them will be the Swiggy and Zola or Zomato of the market. So once again, this is an excellent opportunity, especially for our pan South India actually. So I would request you to make sure that you go through the business models and the ROIs also keenly, and ask as many questions and reap as much knowledge about the brands as possible. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Ramana ji, from your side also, can welcome your audience, your city.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Sanjay sir. Good evening, everybody. I'm Ramana Rao from Bangalore. I welcome everybody from South India to yet another edition of Bharat Franchise Show, which is being hosted for the investors and customers of South India market. As you all know that the region of South India is highly urbanized and home to many industrial clusters. And it won't be an exaggeration to say that Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai together constitute one of the largest tech clusters in the world, and one of the fastest markets, not only in India, but across the world. But it is not only just limited to capital cities, but tier 1, tier 2 and district headquarters has got tremendous market potential in southern markets. So we have got some great brands lined up for this evening. I request all the investors to keenly observe, make note of key points. Okay, if you have any doubts, all our franchise investors will definitely reach out to you, and we will clear your doubts. I would like to thank franchise team for its continuous support and hosting this show on a daily basis, and its founder chairman, Mr. Gaurav Maria, especially because for popularizing the concept of franchising in the country and providing opportunities for thousands of investors across the country and helping many brands access to newer markets. So I welcome once again all the investors and brands for Bharat Franchise Show. Enjoy this evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, Mr. Naushad, over to you. One line from your side as well. You can unmute yourself, please. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Sanjay. Hey, good evening to you, South India. It's been an honor that we are part of it. See, what I would always come down and say, this show has been anchoring and honoring, saying that 7 o'clock, it's been a signature to showcase thousands of brands in front of you. So make this opportunity, take out what the brands you're looking for. We all are the consultants are lined up for you in South India on behalf of Franchiseindia. So you choose, we are there for you. I speak Tamil, Kannada, Malayalam, any regional language you want. We are reach out to you. We all are the consultants to help you. Find out what all the brands, it really suits you. Watch out, this 2 hours is gonna be a fantastic show. Just hang around and watch out, make a note, whatever points you want to have, just ask the points, whatever things you want to reach later on the stage, you take out our point names and numbers, and you are most welcome to reach to us. All right, that's all about me. And as I said, one more time, COVID time, virtual reality is happening on this show. Make use of it. That's all I want to tell about it. And I really thank Franchiseindia and Bharat Franchise brand to make this platform really bringing it to a realistic mode. For one side, the brand is showcasing. Another side, investors like you have opportunity to sit and watch and make your decision out there. So please make use of this wonderful opportunity by sitting virtual reality. That's all about it. Good luck for you, all of you. Have a nice evening there. Cheers.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I would like to, Gaurav sir, if you can formally welcome and invite title sponsor
Nashad,
and the first one.
we needed that kind of energy. Nashad brought a lot of energy. Let's start and make the beginning of the evening and with welcoming our sponsor, and somebody is a dear friend of mine now in orange t-shirt because he's a sunrise industry. So welcome Dipanjan, welcome Hyper Exchange. Great concept, building up a very large mission, which is to actually build the largest hardware transformation company, which is working on building up a refurbishing space, both for mobiles and other hardware. And Dipanjan is a very successful and seasoned entrepreneur, has done many businesses in the past, but now on a mission. And I would like to not take more time and bring Dipanjan in. Dipanjan, your story, what are you building up and what is your South India plan? Over to you.
Thank you, Gaurav, and thank you for the IFC panel for this, and especially at the end with Naushad giving this huge verb of energy. I kind of charged up myself. I was going to applaud myself. I said, I'll do it with my time. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the South India show. We've been running this Bharat Franchise show for the last several days for a few weeks even, and the energy seems to not flag at all. I mean, we all come back every evening and everybody seems to be ready to go. I think all of you who are joining in, some of you might be joining for a second or third time. I was in fact the other day speaking to a potential investor, and he said, I listened to 3 of your shows before I decided to come and speak with you and discuss, because it took me that long to really get into the details. I hope I'll be able to communicate a little better. I learned from that. So, let's focus on the points. But let me talk. Give a little bit of overview about who I am. My name is Dipanjan Purkayastha. I am the CEO and co-founder of Hyper Exchange, India's fastest growing brand for refurbished electronics. Now, I was watching the cricket match before the show, and I realized something very interesting. I don't know if you guys were observing this. And we are talking about investments and what is happening in this current pandemic world. You realize that there are only 3 types of brands that are advertising on these cricket matches right now on TV. One is this cryptocurrencies, the Bitcoins. Second is the Flipkart and the Amazon and the Mintras of the world, for this clothing online and stuff. And third is mobile phone companies. Now, given the size of the market, Bitcoin is probably something that you can't invest in as a startup anymore. All of these companies are multi-billion-dollar size. Flipkart and Amazon type of companies are also potentially out of your hands. But I have brought to you a mobile phone brand that you might be able to invest in. And one of the IFCs were talking about, I think, in the beginning, that this is your opportunity to kind of join one of the startups at the ground level that will potentially be a Zomato or some kind of a unicorn. We believe we're on the journey. I have promised to my board that we are going to reach $500 million in revenue by 2024. And I'm going to tell you how we're going to achieve that. And I hope that all of you are able to join that journey. But before I do that, I wanted to share another story, a quick video for you about a different mission that we're doing. We're also, as we scale our business on the refurbished side, We're also in a very strong mission to give devices and laptops in the hands of 1 million children this year. A quick video about that so that you understand where you come from and also get a sense of the mission that we run in parallel to running our companies. A quick humble request, whether you at the end of this discussion, if you choose to invest in us or not, we'd love for you to participate in the Phones for Kids program. Please reach out to us. My team has told me earlier today that we have this session every day, meet hundreds of people. We should share this as a platform. I keep running videos talking about us and our advertisement about what we do in the world of business. I think this might be much more effective. So please help us in that front. Going forward, I'm going to go back to our our presentation and talk about who we are. As I mentioned, we are India's #1 brand for refurbished electronics. We were set up in 2016 when we were incubated by Indian Institute of Management, Calcutta, one of the top incubators for startups in the country. We've grown from strength to strength from there. In fact, 2020, last year, we were awarded the Retail Startup of the Year award by the Retailers Association of India. All of you probably, people who have been in the retail domain probably know RAI as the apex body, trade body for retailers in the country. This year in 2021, we were actually awarded the Forbes 30 Under 30 award by the Forbes magazine, not just for India, but also for Asia. We've been growing from strength to strength. The business that we do, as I mentioned, refurbished electronics, but refurbished electronics, although it's a majority part of our business, we also sell unboxed, which is products which are brand new, but does not have manufacturer warranty. So HX provides warranty for that. So unboxed products and also brand new products. So we have all three categories available with us. And the products that we typically sell are mobiles, laptops, televisions, and electronic accessories like sound products like Bluetooth headsets and different kind of accessories for mobile phones and others. We sell these through 4 channels, 2 of them online and 2 of them offline. The online channels are typically the Flipkart and Amazon, the large marketplaces. We are usually the number 1 or the number among the top 3 sellers in each of these platforms. We have our own platform also called HX Cart, through which we sell. In the offline distributor market, we sell through some of the top distributors in the country. In fact, Ingram, which is the number 1 distributor of mobile phone and electronics in India, we have exclusive relationship with them for selling refurbished products. And of course, the last one on the list, we have the franchising network for distribution, because of which we are in this discussion today. All these products are distributed with a very specific set of promises from HX. We have a 12-month doorstep warranty, a 7-day worry-free return policy, a 9-month assured buyback. And these are policies that we are potentially the only brand in India, definitely the only one of the top brands that offer these promises to the customers, because we believe that when we sell refurbished, people should buy it, as if they're buying a new product. And we also plant 1 tree from our social footprint perspective. We also plant 1 tree for every order that customers place. We have been experiencing pretty solid growth right from the beginning. 2016, when it started off till now, every year we've grown by more than 100%. We are today sitting on 100 crore revenue run rate. And I'll talk a little bit more about that, in the next couple of slides. And we do all of this through a set of patented technologies, which again, I'll talk more about, but those technologies are developed in-house by us, patented by us, and we're the only company in the world that has that. And those technologies actually, I'll explain why that those technologies actually help you and me extract better efficiency and better margins from our supply chain. Last but not least, we have a very solid leadership team, and I'm going to talk more about that just now. Mentioned about me, Dipanjan Purkasta. I have around 25 years experience working globally across the US, India. Have scaled multiple businesses from scratch to hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue. I have transacted $1 billion plus companies, private equity deals. Have been a leader across specifically primarily in the financial services space and fintech space. So I've brought my technology background and my financial services background to what we're doing in the refurbished electronic space right now. I'm supported ably by Ashish and Satanik. Ashish, they are my co-founders. Ashish is a 15-year veteran in the technology space, worked with many of the largest MNCs in the space. Lastly, with TCS, where he was actually he was leading the technology office for Ratan Tata as part of his assignment at TCS. Satanik is, in fact, the person who won the Forbes 30 Under 30 award this year, and he heads up product. He's a Stanford grad. On the board, we have one of the top leaders in the country, CP Gurnani, I think one of the best known CEOs of the country. He's the Chief Executive Officer and Managing Director of Tech Mahindra. He's also a Chairman and Chief Marketing Officer of UB Group, and he heads the Heineken business in India and also sits on the Heineken board globally. And Mukesh Soni, who's the co-head of Apollo Global, which is one of the largest private equity fund in the world. So very, very strong leadership team that's guiding this company. I told you I'll come back to the technology, the patented technology that we have. It does something very simple. It essentially allows you to check the quality of the product that we buy in bulk, the return of the exchange products. Now, this seems very simple, but this is fundamentally important to the business. Not know better in the factory and figure out what's wrong. Because we're able to do it ahead of time, we are able to improve our margin vis-a-vis our marketplace by almost 400% and reduce our turnaround time, the time from buying to selling our product by almost 3 times. So this has resulted in very high customer loyalty for our products. Our quality of products are the best in the country. Over 79% customer loyalty, which means almost 80% of our customers come back to us to buy more of our products. Now, this is also supported by a very $100 billion market. Global percent of that is sitting in India, and that 40% is growing at 79% by value, which means almost 80% of the market growth year on year is happening where by revenue it's growing at that much. And the reason that is happening, several reasons, but the most recent reason is the fact that because the pandemic has increased the demand for gadgets in people's houses, where everybody's asking for mobile phones and laptops for themselves and their children to work and study from home. At the same time, disposable income has gone down because people are saving more semiconductor chip, which is a fundamental brick for creating any of these electronics items. That's what's happening in the market. As a result, we believe that we offer to you one of the best options to be a franchise partner. The reason is, one, you are mitigated the growth. So growth is already taken care. Industry is growing very fast. The company is growing very fast. You're mitigated against the pandemic. This is a company that's growing even faster during the pandemic. We are now growing at almost 100% month on month. So we'll probably post around 400% growth this year, as opposed to 100% growth that we've been posting every year since 2016. And third, we are an online plus offline model. I told you in the beginning of our discussion that if you look at the cricket ads, you'll only see three kinds of ads happening. And all those three are related to online sales in some way or the other. So online is very, very important right now. And we are one of the very, very few brands that you'll come across who offers you a place in their online strategy. So you are not just limited to your own area or your own territory. You can actually sell anywhere in the country with us. And the last but not the least, we have created special programs around minimum guarantee and stock correction, which will allow you a lower risk profile than most of the other options that you typically evaluate. Now that we've talked about us, we've talked about the industry, we've talked about why we believe is the right choice for you. The time is to figure out what kind of model you should go with. Now, there are two kinds of model that we have. One is a model for the city franchise, where you basically take over the rights for your city. And in that, you will create three different investment areas. One is your first investment, which will happen in your when you sign the agreement, is to open your direct store, your own, through which you buy and we will provide you the entire stock and the spares as well as the toolkit, and help you shortlist the technicians. You'll provide a refurbishment factory, and then 2 months after that, which means on the 5th month, you'll open a training facility where you'll train technicians in the market space. So these are the three areas you'll invest in if you're a master franchisee. But if you are in the market for a unit franchise, you want to open a store with us, but not really take over that city, that's not your investment plan right now, you just want to open a store, then there are three options here. The primary option is the H Experience store, which is basically a mobile store and a cafe plugged together. So it targets the same demographic, which is the college-going kids and young professionals. These are the folks that are the largest segment for buyer for refurbished electronics. They're also the largest segment for cafes. So it kind of merges those two concepts and provides you with a much higher ROI than the other two. But this is the H Experience model. And in fact, if you are a master franchisee, your first direct store will be the H Experience store. So here you can again earn revenue through three areas: the buyback and the procurement of products, the sales and warranty sales of products, and also the food and beverage services. Now, keep in mind, I just want to make sure you understand here, this is not a kitchen model. This is a heat and eat model, which means you'll not spend square feet on your space on kitchen, and also don't have to employ a chef. These are ready to eat, ready mix foods, the food items that we will provide to you, and food and beverages like coffee and tea. If you are thinking about a smaller footprint, then there's H Exclusive and H Express models. These are pure mobile phone stores. One is a 500 square feet footprint store, and the other one is a 100 square feet footprint store. These are the two options: the unit franchisee store model and the master franchisee, which is a city model that you can invest in. We will support you all through. So whether it's tech support, I already mentioned we're a tech-led company, extremely strong on technology. We are, in fact, all of our elements in the supply chain, right from your point of sale to your CRM to your supply chain automation to your diagnostic, all of that. Every element of the supply chain is managed by technology, and you will have access to that. So you spend a lot of energy on learning the domain of the mobile phone business. We already give that to you, plug that into you through a tech. We will support that. You just have to be a person who is very familiar or will become familiar with the technology of running your business over mobile phones and counter desktop automation that we'll provide you. In addition, we'll also provide you marketing support around social media campaigns to increase your footprint. We will provide you the services module for your refurbishment factory, also a training module for your training setup. And at the same time, we'll also connect you and sync you with our OEM partners who will provide you the spares that you need. If you are a master franchisee, by the way, for your refurbishment. Last but not the least, whether you're a master or a unit, we will connect you with our consumer finance partners. We have partnerships with multiple banks and consumer finance companies who will offer their own campaigns and EMI programs for your customers to buy your products from you. That, in a nutshell, is what HyperExchange is all about. I'm going to take more questions now. Also, I kind of did not focus on the launch offer element, the minimum guarantee and stock correction. I typically receive a lot of questions about how the master franchise is going to run. I'm going to talk about more detail at that point. Thank you for the time and the patient hearing. I look forward to your questions now. Thanks.
Thank you, Dipanjanji. Lovely presentation it was. Now we can take a few questions from the partners who have joined us today. Mudassarji, Sarajji, we can take up the question from the brand itself right now.
Yeah, Dipanjanji, once again, congratulations. I am Sharath, IFC from Bangalore, and it's a great going actually. The people are going gung-ho about the brand, especially few of my investors. So very soon I'll be reaching you as far as Bangalore market is concerned actually. But I just have, one of the investor while I was pitching the brand a couple of days back, he had asked me about one particular question. That is, I think that's the main catch. I think if that is taken care, I think there's no stopping. I think that's how it is. I just want to understand, how do you maintain the reservoir of refurbished inventory?
Right. Great question, Mudassarji. Fantastic.
Sharath.
Oh, Sharath. Sorry,
Sharath from Bangalore.
Yes, Sharath. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Very glad to know you're getting interesting interested prospects reaching out to you. My experience has been similar across India. In fact, my entire calendar seems to be booked by your team members, which is really, I'm very happy to see that. Now, that's a great question. Because a lot of the refurbishment, the entire future refurbishment depends on how do you get access to the product, right? Now, let me ask you a question that will actually answer this. And this is true for almost every one of us here. We all have a mobile phone with us right now as we speak, right? All of us have a mobile phone next to us, or we are actually dialing in from a mobile phone. Now, in addition to this, don't each of you have one or two or three mobile phones sitting at home? The answer is probably yes for all of us, because we either have not exchanged all our phones when we exchange, we probably have some phones left over. We didn't get a great price for it. The reality is the actual reservoir of refurbishable phones is almost 7.5 times larger than the current phone population in India today. And this is being extracted through multiple channels. One is companies like Flipkart and Amazon and all these large marketplaces that run these exchange programs. When you have these exchange programs, you give your phone and get a new phone back. So these become source for us. So I told you already that we are your key partners. In fact, we are the largest seller on both Amazon and Flipkart today, and we are key partners for them. So they're almost a very large part of their refurbished exchange products that come back to them are taken up by us. Second, we have the stores. I told you that we have distribution partners like Ingram working with us, which gives us access to over 3,000 stores across India. Now, a lot of these products that are exchanged back by stores end up with HyperExchange. Third, we have customers coming back and providing us their phones on exchange plans that we run on our HX card program portal. And the last but not the least, there are a number of global trading companies who only deal with refurbishable products. For example, the way that Circle runs, for the common audience, for everyone out there to understand, a large part of these products are sold or sent off contract by large telecom companies like Jio, like abroad like AT&T, Bell. So all of these products are then auctioned and then end up with companies like us and others like us globally. This is basically for refurbish. In addition, we also have brands. So Xiaomi, Vivo, Oppo, all of these brands are also auctioning their, last season's inventory, remaining inventory, the liquid that with us, and that's the unboxed inventory that we have. So in total, we have more than enough inventory to scale our business. In fact, we are scaling up, as I mentioned to you, we are scaling our business now. Previously we were doubling ourselves every year. Now we are doubling ourselves every month. So we clearly have the reservoir available for more.
Great to hear that. I think my investor will be very happy.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you, sir, for answering that.
Yeah, hi. Hi, Dipanshu. So how are you?
I'm good, Mudasarji.
Yeah. So I think so. This is going to be the next disruption company brand in India, to be very, very frank. Okay.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
I see a massive growth opportunity in this sector. And I personally feel you're going to dominate this sector in India and especially and also abroad also, to be very, very positive. So
Thank you,
I
sir.
just want to ask you a question, and wherein this is a very good idea and a very good company, wherein a company is providing a solution to a problem, wherein people have got unused phones, they've got repair phones, they don't know what to do. It's going to be lying in their phone, lying in their houses. It's going to be a toy to some kids, but you're getting this idea to a business perception. Okay, that is one. Secondly, I just want to understand how this exchange format works out in HX. Okay, so
Sure.
and I've got a couple of other questions, so I'll just start off. Yeah.
Sure. So let me
How's
tell you. Yeah, let me tell you. So here's my phone. Okay. Now here's
Yeah.
my phone. If I go to a store now, right now after this call, if I walk down to a store and say, I want to exchange my phone, the person across the counter is going to take this phone, turn it around in his hand 2 times, and then put it down on the counter and say, I'm going to give you 2,000 rupees for this phone. And my reaction and everyone's reaction on this call, I think this is something that all of us identify with. It's a very, very irritating feeling. You give your phone that you loved and you used for a year, and you give it to this guy across the counter. He just turns it around, doesn't even open it, doesn't do anything. It says, I'm going to give you 2,000. I'm like, why 2,000? Why not 3,000? Why not 500 rupees? Since you're at it. The reality is nobody checks these products because there's nothing to check these products with us. And so they give you basically the minimum price that they can give because they're essentially discounting that against the margin that they're going to make if they sell a new phone to you. So which is why if you walk into a store and ask them that, I just want to sell the phone, I don't want to exchange and buy a new phone, they're not going to give you an offer. What we do is very different. We have a product called a Faraday. It's a kiosk that will stay in our franchise partner store. You have that kiosk, you have to put your phone inside that kiosk, and in 2 minutes it checks everything about the phone, inside as well as outside. It checks how many dents the phone has, it checks what kind of scratches the phone has on the glass. Also internally, the camera is working, autofocus, everything, battery quality, all that. And all that together will give an offer price. That offer price is the most accurate offer price that the customer will get in this market today. Second, it's also typically a much higher price than they will get from any other person, because when you are offering something that you don't know the value of, like you turn this phone and tell me the value, you'll typically offer a low value, right? Now that I know the exact value of the phone, I'll typically offer a much higher value. So you're going to get a much better value, and that's how the exchange works with hyper exchange. It's very, very different. But also, it's important to understand that it's not just the exchange part of you getting rid of an old phone. It's also opening the market into a place which was never there. Let me give you an example of that. A couple of months back, my gardener, now that we're all stuck at home, I thought I'll create a home garden. But after a while, I realized that, the admission was good, but I don't have the time to do it. So I employed a gardener who comes into my home and kind of takes care of my plants a little bit. Now, this gardener came to me one day, said, sir, I know you sell these refurbished products. I have always wanted to buy an iPhone, but I don't think I can afford one. Do you think I said, what's your budget? He said, I can spend around 10,000 rupees. Now, this is a guy he's a gardener. He's willing to spend 10,000 rupees only if he can get an iPhone. So I said, yeah, sure, I can give you iPhone 6s for 10,000. And he was overjoyed. So he takes the phone, he doesn't believe it, goes back home, and next day comes running back because, I had just given it to him because he was at home. I had never given him the bill with it because he didn't go to my counter. He just came to my house. I picked it up. I had somebody from my office come over and give it to him. So next day he comes running, says, sir, this must be stolen or something's wrong because all my neighbors are telling me that don't touch this phone. You have gotten it at this price. There must be something wrong. So, sir, if you can give me the bill. I said, yeah, sorry, I didn't give you the bill. Here's the bill. You take the bill and go. Guy takes the bill and goes back. 3 days later, he comes back, says, sir, I have got 4 of my neighbors who wants to buy the same phone. Can you buy? Can you give? Now, the reality is, I would never have thought that my gardener, A, wanted an iPhone, and second, would actually buy an iPhone. And the gardener also never thought he could afford an iPhone in his life, but now he's fronting it. And he can't spend on a lot of different things, but he's realizing that he can spend on a phone, and he'd love to do that. So this is the concept that's very important to understand for all our partners and potential partners out there. You are not selling a cheap phone with hyper exchange. You are selling an experience. You are selling the experience of somebody buying a premium phone that they've always wanted, but at a mid-segment price. That's the difference. Sorry, so I took a little longer to answer.
Yeah, no worries. You have got a very excellent brand, Dipanchan sir, and it's a true value for the customer's product. And this is going to be a game change, trust me. And this is going to shake the mobile industry. And because there's no exact flavor for this sector, and I think so you'll do really good. And thanks a lot for your time. Thank you.
And most importantly, you are solving why it is going to disrupt the market, like Mudasarji told, is because the pain, the agony that people face. Arey yaar, itna kharch karke, I had spent so much on this phone, and he's asking it for $1,000 or $2,000. But here comes a company called HX, and which is revolutionizing and addressing the pain of lot of customers who have bought whatever the price of the phone is. That's the disruption. That's the catch in the disruption, sir, actually.
Thank you. You have explained excellently. Thank you so much.
Hey, good evening, Dipanchan. Naushad here from Bangalore. I hope you're doing well. Yes, indeed.
Hi, Naushad. I'm doing well, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. No doubt.
Fantastic.
No, you've been in the number one. You and of course Hyper Exchange in the number one in this series for quite last few days. I closely watching, not only me, most of my clients from South India has exceptionally commented about this brand. Of course, you come out with a cost first of all, because there is a solution. Even I myself was last week trying to exchange my washing machine just because of there is a small tinder in it. They didn't take it. It's still lying down here. So I'm just giving you an example. Of course, mobile phone and the computers are today's revolutionary, outdating every year. So it's a great course. First of all, I thank you and your management. Secondly, you've been fantastically, your presentation is outstanding. So it's understandable to people like us or anyone. And of course, my question is like, I have a question, my clients are actually texting who are already in this webinar. So the first question is like, comparing to new fresh product, for example, iPhone is 1 lakh, okay, one particularly product. So what price you will be selling in the store if it is iPhone? Is it going to be the same price as what retail, I think? And what if it is a second-hand one? And what will be the comparison? Is if you can take any good example of comparison and give it to us. And the second question is it guaranteed in a year any AMC for second year? Okay. And so the third question is it cafeteria you projected inside your brand, inside your one of the model? Is that really going to be our Hyper Exchange brand, or is it going to be someone else who's coming to run the show? That's all about. Over to you, Dipanchan.
All right, perfect. Great questions, Naushad. Let me answer the first one. So typically, there are 3 models. If you were to buy a new product from us, say iPhone, right? Now, if you were to buy an iPhone, you typically will not buy a new iPhone from us, because the new products that we sell are typically not, we don't sell a lot of iPhones as a new product. But let's say we do. Let's say we are selling a new product, which is iPhone. In that, there'll be not a significant difference between what iPhone is selling in a Imagine store versus what is selling in a HX store. Honestly, because they're the same. That's why we don't sell a lot of iPhones. We sell different products. For example, we sell products like Mulo. Now, I don't know if you know about Mulo. Mulo is the fastest growing, sound product in Amazon today. It's taken Amazon by storm. They do not do headphones. They do the sound bars. They're very focused on a soundbar market, and they're selling more soundbars than every other Sony, every other company put together. Now we have a partnership with them, and we sell those at an attractive rate so that it's much better than the retail price. But if we talk about unboxed products, for example, we have Apple Unbox, which are essentially brand new Apple products, but these are products that are slightly dated products that Apple is not retailing out of their store anymore. There you'll be able to get a typically from the market price, you'll be able to get a 10 to 15% discount. The customer, you'll be able to get a 10 to 15% discount on the price. On refurbished, the customers will typically be able to get somewhere around 25 to 35% discount over the the same product if it was new. That is the advantage that a customer would have, because the refurbished product will carry, which will answer your second part of your question, by the way. We'll offer a 12-month warranty on all our products. And absolutely, yes, we do offer extended warranty programs. We also offer accidental damage programs. We have free replacement, screen replacement for a lifetime program. So there are a number of additional warranty programs that we offer to our customers, in addition to the standard 12-month warranty, which applies to everybody. Every customer gets a 12-month warranty. There's an add-on program which gives 12-month replacement warranty. Means that on the 11th month, if you have a problem with the phone or your laptop, if you buy that plan, you'll actually get a new product on the 11th month. You also get a 24 months add-on 12-month warranty is also provided. You also get accidental damage like water damage and all that program. So the additional programs are also available. So this is the second answer to your second question. So that's and the third part, I kind of forgot what the third question was, Naushad.
The question was, it is like the cafeteria which you have there in one of the mode.
Correct.
Yeah.
So the cafeteria is going to be HyperExchange branded. There's no other company coming in and taking it. It's all going to be HyperExchange. The entire model will be planned accordingly. In fact, the cafeteria will carry, like I mentioned, very specific set of high-end products in keeping with our image. See, we are not a cheap product company. Everything about the product, right from the store design to the product that we sell, are premium products. We are a value company, which means you're still going to get premium products, but at a value price. Our average sale price of product is not cheap. We sell at an average of 10,000 rupees per unit, which is not a cheap product, but we sell hundreds and thousands of them every month, every year. Now, with the cafe, we're going to have very similarly. We're going to have high-end coffee and tea, and we are going to have high-end ready-to-mix and ready-to-eat products. This is not a lunch dinner place. This is a cafe place where people are supposed to sit down, eat, sit down and socialize, and probably work a little bit on their laptops and have a coffee and biscuits and cookies while they spend their time. That's the model.
Great. I think they got it, your answer. And the final question was like, what is the market share you're projecting for South India? That was the question come to me.
So just to give you a sense of this number, you're not going to be happy with the answer, and I'll tell you why. Just to give you a sense of this number, I told you this is globally $100 billion market, and $40 billion of the market, $40 billion of that is sitting in India right now as we speak. And this does not even include the tier 2 market, which is undiscovered because nobody has gone there. Nobody knows. Everybody's saying, if you talk to the consultants, they say it's going to be anywhere between 25 to 30% of the global market, which means if we bring the tier 2, which is what HyperExchange is right now trying to do through this Bharat Franchise Show program, by the way, if we bring tier 2 on it, India will actually have 75% of the world market for refurbished gadgets. But if you look at the Indian companies, 90% of this market is gray market right now. And even if you look at the top 5 companies in the space, including us and our 3-4 of our other competitors, together, we are not even $1 billion. Forget about $1 billion. Together, we're not even $500 million. So the opportunity for growth is phenomenal. So when customers come and, a lot of prospects and even a lot of investors and customers come and ask me, what about other players? What about more competition? I'm like, you know what? At this point, the more the merrier, because the market is so huge. Even if all of us become $2 billion companies, 5 of them, that's $10 billion. In a market that is $75 billion, even then it's just a small part. So right now, I think we are going to be less than 1% on the market. And even if you grow phenomenally well, we'll probably make them 1.25%. That's how tiny we are. And that's why this is not a growth story for next few months. This is not a growth story for the next couple of years. This is a growth story for the next 25, 30 years that we are signing up for today.
Thank you, Dipension. That's all about myself, and I hope all the best and good luck with your brand. And thanks for bringing it to South India. I really appreciate behalf of my clients and my people over here.
Thank you, Rashad. Thank you.
Thank you, Dipanjanji, for taking out time and showcasing a wonderful brand. I'm sure the kind of opportunity that you have showcased to us, we will definitely connect one-on-one with you along with our investors and our partners. Thank you so much for joining in today.
Thank you, everyone. Stay safe. Take care. Good evening. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Take care. So with this, I would now like to invite the next brand of the evening, which is Eurocan, North India's leading education and immigration consultant with vast 14 plus years of successful experience. And from the brand, I would request Mr. Amandeep Singh to please showcase the wonderful opportunity that he has for all of us today. Over to you, Amandeep Singh.
Thank you, Stanley. Namaste and good evening, everyone. It is an honor to be on this platform. Before we start about our company, our franchisee model, I'll just play a quick video. Then we'll go ahead with the franchisee model and rest of the details. So as you might have seen in the video, lot many students holding passports. We are a company into guiding people go abroad for student visa, for their travel purposes and for permanent residency purposes. And if we talk about South India market today, we've been through different cities last week. We had this Bengaluru, Pune and other cities through this Franchiseindia show. As we talk about South Indian market in terms of a place generating highest number of students going abroad, highest number of people going abroad, that is pretty lucrative and pretty promising market. And whenever we compiled our report of the topmost cities where we want to open, probably Bengaluru, then this Bangalore, then this Kochi, then Chennai, and few were the places where we wanted to open. So this is a pretty good opportunity if we talk about education, immigration, and travel industry in general. Eurocan Global being a company which has been into this sector for last 14 years. We've been providing our services and we have sent over 10,000 plus students for their higher education abroad. So if you're looking for something into less investment and more profits, like as a layman, if I would watch a franchisee show or if I would watch any webinar, uh, I would have few questions in mind. So I'll share those few questions. If probably they are the ticks in your checklist, then probably this is an opportunity for you. So if you want something into lesser investment, you want to have a business which is sustainable in a longer and something, this is not an industry which would be closed after 2 years, 5 years or 10 years. It will always be growing. So you want to invest into a business where you can have a business or a company for generations to come, then this is a company to be. We don't want, and we've been very clear into this, we don't want people who just want to invest money. We want active entrepreneurs. Like starting up a new office, we already operate 14 15 offices, so setting up an office in South India or a different city is not a difficult task for us. However, language is a barrier. Knowing the local culture, knowing the local market is a barrier. So that is where this franchisee model comes as a solution, where it bridges the gap between the target audience, the brand with the product, and this local franchisee. This is how the leading brands in the world succeeded. If we did not had franchisee system, we would not have had these leading food chains operating across the world. So we want like-minded visionary people on board who don't want to opt for a franchisee, but they want to have something like a feel of their own business. We are one of the leading companies in India, so you'll have this advantage of being a premium brand with premium products, with premium clientele, with a lot of brand awareness. So this is what Eurocan Global is. So if this all takes into your checklist, then probably this is an opportunity for you. We are inviting applications across India, and if you talk about South India, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and Kerala, 14 15 plus cities are there for which we are probably looking for franchisee, that to start within this particular year. Our franchisee models are divided into two different categories. First being the consultancy center, where you only give visa related services. You guide people for study abroad, you guide people to go abroad for travel purposes or business purposes. Then third, for permanent residency purposes. Second is consultancy plus training center model, where you also guide with the consultancy, but you also have additional classroom where you guide people for entrance exam preparation such as IELTS, PT, TOEFL, CELPIP, other study abroad or moving abroad related exams. So investment for first starts from 6 lakh, investment for second starts from 13 lakh. We have models divided into three different categories depending upon the city you are taking a franchisee in. We do not want to have a higher franchisee fees and people who are from places with less population. Like today also we got even inquiries from cities which were not in our list, but probably they were a good markets, from something like a city with a population of 3 lakh or 5 lakh or 5 lakh population. So there you need not put in too much money for franchisee fee. There you need not put in too much money for setup and all. So franchisee fee starts from 1.5 lakh and it goes up to 3.5 lakh under model 1, and under model 2 it goes up to 2 to 4 lakh. Another model that we have is work from home model, that can be pretty good in South India market, as uh, people are pretty good with IT skills. So we have been taking lot many applications from South India despite our offices being in North only. So people inquire with us on our digital media platform, they send us the documents, and we proceed those applications. So under work from home model, you can have a Eurocan Global brand name, you can work under Eurocan Global ID, and then whatever inquiries comes from digital marketing resources, you guide them, and then you send us those applications to process. So if somebody is having less investment, or they do not want to jump into the business, they have a job going on, or whatever the scenario is, they can start with work from home model, and after saving certain money and getting some experience, they can switch to this normal franchisee office, and whatever services and support we render, that would be the same either you offer work from home model or any these local franchisee office. Additional thing we are giving is a chance to women entrepreneurs to join us by just paying 1.25 to 1.50 lakh as a franchisee fees. That is a discounted franchisee fees after Gaurav sir's suggestion to promote women entrepreneurship. So if there are females, women entrepreneurs watching, this is something pretty good opportunity for you. Along with good product, good marketing support, you can join us by paying lesser franchisee fees. So the normal question that we get is, what is a payback time period? South India, different markets, but keeping in mind general average, the average payback would be somewhat around 9 to 11 months, as you can see under both the models. Average ROI is more than 600%, that combined for 5 years. Our revenue sources are the processing fees we charge from the student and the classroom training programs, along with the commissions that we get from the universities we send to the foreign university. So for example, if you are sending a student to Canada, you'll probably end up getting 70K to 1 lakh as a commission for giving your services. UK, if you send a student, Australia, if you send a student, you end up getting 1 to 2 lakh as a commission. So normally universities pay 8 to 15%, 20% as a commission for services to the agency, those which are registered with them. And this is just a quick, I won't be able to explain too much in detail, keeping in mind the time limitation. So under first model, setup costs are involved, which is approximately 6 lakh rupees. Then you need to have a working capital for 3 months, which is approximately rental of 3 months, staff salaries for 3 months, and other electricity and other bills. Then this is how the HR structure is. You need to have a staff salaries, and the annual salaries for staff would vary between 10 to 12 lakh per year, which includes business head, business development manager, counselors, telecallers, and helper. Then in our business we have a cycle of at least 1 to 3 months per application. So for example, if you enroll application in June, you will end up getting their result, or the revenue would come after 2 or 3 months. Universities issue commission once the student joins the university, so the result won't be instant, but yes, you'll start getting that cycle. That is where you need to have 3 months backup capital in place. So on an average, as you can see, from fourth month onward, we can start getting application, we can start getting revenue. The minimum annual to revenue could be somewhat around 25 lakh onward, and it may go up to 80, 90 lakh if we are getting a good grip over the market. Then if we talk about average income projections, your first year could be 26 lakhs, your second year could be 60 lakh onward, then going up to 80, 90, and 1 CR. So depending upon the market you are in, depending upon the city population and the youth market, probably in city like Bengaluru or Chennai or Kochi or a Thrissur, you can do on an average 100 to 200, even 250 applications a year. In market like Chennai, there could be 5 branches, each doing 200 to 250 applications a year. So depending upon the market, your income projection could be decided. Under model 2, you just need to have additional setup for classrooms, so there is bit higher rental, bit higher deposit, and bit higher working capital in terms of the additional classroom space you have. Also, you have additional salaries for the trainers who will be guiding the students with entrance exam preparation. But also here you have additional revenue, where you also end up getting on an average 30 to 40 lakh as an additional revenue source from the coaching services you provide. So cities with the less population, they can go for model 2. Reason being, they'll have two revenue models, and people who are actively involving into this business, they'll be involved with this business full time, they can also opt for model 2. Reason being, you have this visa model which is giving you revenue. Under that you have different education, travel, immigration category, and also you have this coaching revenue. So this coaching thing keeps your regular expenses going on. You can pay your rentals. We have at branches where they even recovered rentals and salaries from the first month itself. So that is how you can recover cost from the very first month itself, in terms of if you are having the classroom training program a long while. Again, this is a income statement that you get if you have the projections in place. Then talking about the services we provide, the normal common questions we get from like before starting up this franchisee model were ki what sort of support we can give, what is the duty of a person who is taking a franchisee, how are we supposed to do the marketing, how are we supposed to understand the product if we are coming from different field, what sort of staff we need to hire, how much salary to be given. So we have designed our support model in a way where from site shortlisting, designing the office setup, whatever material you need to put, be it wooden work, be it aluminium, be it PVC, be it anything, we have done offices from scratches. We have done 40 plus locations so far. We have had renovations of our existing offices. We have been moving to different locations, like in Ludhiana we started from 1000 square feet, we are into 8000 square feet office now. So we have done everything, and with the experience we have, we know that key utilizing the resources at optimum is the biggest task. You cannot put too much money into office and later on you realize that it went above the cost and it was not required, or you hire a staff which was not needful and after 2 months you realize that you are not able to pay him or her, reason being you hired an over expensive staff. So we guide you with everything. We guide you with marketing, we guide you with product development, we guide you with everything from the day one till branch is operational. So the operating mind would be at the company, and reason being we have done it for 14-15 years, so we have this practice in place. And execution hand would be at the branch, and they'll be the executing hand who will be executing everything. Coming to the company part, we are been into this sector for 14 years. We work with 40 plus countries. You name any country, we are having representation across all the countries. We've been honored by different organizations, and we have got 14 plus awards for the work we have done, including being honored by Chief Minister of Punjab, Chief Minister of Haryana, Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh, HRD Minister of Punjab, HRD Minister of Uttarakhand, Governor of Gujarat, and various other cabinet ministers. We are duly certified by different countries, including Canada, UK, Australia, New Zealand, Germany, France, Italy, Spain, for the work we do into immigration and travel sector. We are also UK British Council certified company guide for guiding students abroad for higher education in UK. We are having pretty good grip over print media, so whenever we do any events, we do get it covered in different newspapers and different organizations. So whatever city you start up your office in, will be getting you covered in almost all the major regional newspapers, including the TV channels. As you can see, in different markets in South India also, there are different talk shows on education, immigration, and travel. So far we have our presence in almost all Hindi and Punjabi based news channels and publication house, where they telecast shows in regional languages. And South India is a market where again the need of a local partner comes in, who can have this knowledge of what Eurocan Global has, have the products of what Eurocan Global has, and be the face who speaks on behalf of Eurocan and shares the information. Some of the reviews left by students on our different social media platforms, our monthly reach for social media is more than 50 lakh, more than 5 million across India, which makes us one of the highest in India if we compare it with all other competitors. These are some of the press coverages of our different events or award functions. This is how we do our events or seminars, as it is mentioned in our services. Every quarter we organize the event in different branch, and this event ends up getting 150 to 250 students in a single day. So whatever branch would sign up, we'll be doing events 4 times a year, which will help in getting good number of applications. This is how our normal office looks like, where you end up getting 10 to 40 walk-ins in a single day. Some of the students who got visa through us, that after January, despite when this lockdown and other restrictions were there, so despite COVID, we were still doing decent applications, we were still doing decent business, covering our costs and making profits. We got visas for Canada, UK, US, Australia, New Zealand, Germany, Italy, Spain, Poland, Malta, Slovenia, Ukraine, Bosnia, etc. Glimpse of our social media accounts, we have pretty good reach on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, and some of another again students who got visa through us. So Eurocan Global is a pretty good brand. We have spent around 14 years in developing this. As it is my own brand, I would say it good only. But before coming to franchisee model, we have invested approximately 2 years in being a brand which can give franchisee. We have studied companies who were into this model, who gave franchisee, but those franchisees were not successful. So we spent quite a lot time in studying things. We spent quite a lot time in working out the things which we can do in a better way. For example, I know how to be things to be done in Punjab, but what about if I'm setting up office in Orissa or Chhattisgarh or Maharashtra or Karnataka? What is the practice I need to follow? What is the so just by just having the location, we can give you the figures at how much you'll end up spending in the office setup, what are the average salaries you need to put. We have done dry runs of our advertisement in almost all the major cities where we plan to set up. So you'll have this data and figures in place that okay, in a market like Karnataka, in your city, you need to put in only this much money for marketing. Over and above would be excess, over and less than that would be underutilization. So you'll get that entire support in terms of terms of resources and everything, and you'll get a backup of a company which has spent around 14 years. As you can see, if we been honored by the states we been working in, we been honored by the CM itself, which is not a normal thing, and hardly any company has it. We are the only company based in North India which has been honored by 3 CMs of different states. So that is a kind of work and time and hard work we have put in developing this brand. And something similar I see in South India market, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh. I feel that something same success can be replicated. Reason being, I get hundreds of emails from students from these different states. I get hundreds of inquiries to different universities we work with. They send it back to us, but again, limitation is language barrier, and then we don't have our physical presence. So whoever signs up in different cities, you'll have the commitment in terms of the results you can make, and only thing you need to do, put in your time, put in your resources, put in your hard work. As we said, we'll be the operating mind, you need to be the operating hand, and with both things combined we can make it a big success. So if you want to have a further discussion and you want to go through these presentation, or you want to understand how things can be done in your market, you can get in touch with the Franchisee India team. They've been helping us a lot, and they've been helping lot many entrepreneurs to achieve their dream of being an entrepreneur. And I understand that when we started, we did not have these many things to get up a good brand straight away, get a good product straight away. So franchisee model itself is a pretty good thing, where you can get a good brand, good product. All you need to focus on is just to sell it and just replicate whatever the brand has done. Whatever we did, we have had tons of failures for initial 5-6 years. So those all learning experiences, something you are getting through this channel of Franchise India. So I'll be happy to schedule any calls you may have, and any question and answer you may have. I'll be happy to hear that. Over to you, Stanley.
Thank you, Amandeep ji. Wonderful opportunity. Now is the time that we can take a few questions from our partners who have joined us. So Naushad ji, Raman ji, Taresh ji, Mudassar ji, if you have any question, please take it up. Annamalai ji, please.
Yeah, I have a question. Amandeep, actually last Friday we had a Chennai show. There was a lady who has been continuously in the chat box. She was writing like she want to work from home, and she wanted to know how much she'll have to invest on this and all that. So can you just give her light on this, because I think she'll be attending today's webinar also.
See, work from home is pretty cost effective. All you need is a laptop or a PC, a phone with an internet stable connection. What we will do, we'll give you the Eurocan email ID. We'll put a website address on a website that, okay, this is work from home, our representative in this particular city. And then from our social media accounts, our Facebook, our Instagram, our Google ad, we will promote that particular city. We'll do advertisement in that city. Whatever inquiries comes to us on our IVR, our call center, on our email IDs, we'll forward to that partner who is working under work from home. So she need to call up those students. She'll be given training for everything. She'll have that end-to-end support for everything. So she'll call up the students, guide them over the basic call. Then whatever documents students will send it to her. Then she'll share the assessment with the student. Okay, these are the options for you. Then 2-3 stages of counseling, where you understand their budget, where you understand their profile, where you understand their future plans. You speak to their parents on call. And this is something we have also been doing from last 1 year. Last month offices were closed, but this time we had this work from home model in place, where my staff was sitting at home. They just had this phone and internet connection at home. We were running our ads. They used to counsel the students online, and then they enrolled the students. So something similar she will be doing. And we were not sure that this would work, but this has worked. This has worked pretty effective. People who know the brand, they understand that whatever services we would provide. And the only challenge is where to get those clients from. That is something we will guide the local franchisee, the local person with. And probably she or whoever person is willing to join in this model, I can assure you'll have this much money in place after 6 months. You'll be happy to start up your own office. Even if you make 5 applications in 5 months, you'll be generating 4 to 5 lakh revenue, despite having no recurring costs, no rentals, no salaries, nothing. even if you take minimum of least average, you do 20 applications in a year, that is still a business of 15-20 lakh rupees. You don't have any cost or expenses in place. And even my staff did it. If I take an average of them, a counselor enrolled 17 applications in a month, 20 application in a month, 5 applications in a month, and we did not spend money on rental, we did not spend money on electricity bill, we did not spend money on anything. So this can be pretty lucrative. And I understand is when you set up a business, having money is a task. Not everybody has 5 6 lakh 10 lakhs to invest into business. So under this, we give a chance. Again, we have had faced these challenges where we had to suffer for working capital. So this is just a basic attempt to people join us, then they can make money and start up their own offices.
What
That
is
is the
the
way
franchise
primary
fee?
vision is.
Franchise fee she'll be having to pay on a work from home basis.
Yes. Rest is just a PC, a phone, and an internet connection. That is what it is required.
I'll have a connect tomorrow. We'll just
Sure. We'll be happy.
okay. I'll just have a con call and we'll decide on that.
Thank you, Mr. Namle.
Thank you.
Yeah, hi, Aman.
This is Ramana Rao here.
From Bangalore.
Yes.
Sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Mudassar sir, this is Amandeep sir, this is Mudassar from Bangalore.
Yes, we've been in.
So how do you see the potential in South India?
See, potential is pretty good. As I said, this is a market where I can replicate. If I have 8 or 10 partners from this, I'll ask you all to find me 8 or 10 partners in different cities. I'll be happy to relocate from Chandigarh to South India, because I know whatever I have done in last 10, 14 years, I can replicate same success of 15-20 locations, each doing 200-250 applications a year within a time span of 1 year. All I need a local partner in Bengaluru, local partner in Chennai, local partner in other different cities. So market is pretty good. And the I should not say it, but the quality of students, the quality of people going abroad, the quality of their language skill, their education is 100 times better than what we handle here. So here, if we have 70-60% student getting visa, in South India I can generate 90-98% student getting visa, and they are pretty good. I have seen that students are pretty active, they are good with the studies, they are good with the scores, they are good with the language skill. So that is what I said, if I have 10 local partners, I can replicate similar success which has taken 10 years, 14 years. That can be done in a time span of 1 year in a market like South India, having good local partners.
See, one of our investor, Mr. Kalyan Chittineni, is asking, what about Hyderabad location also? I mean, you have any outlets? I mean, Eurocan franchises are coming up or have come up in Hyderabad also? And what are your plans for Hyderabad in the near future, actually?
Hyderabad, we have already signed up a franchisee last week. However, we are open to 1 or 2 more locations. As we said, for bigger cities, there is scope to add 2 or 4 or 5 different franchisees. So we are open to have a discussion, see the kind of location they will open in. But again, locations and distance would be an hindrance. So we need to see whatever location they want to open, whether they want to go in model 1 or model 2. And my purpose is not to sell multiple number of franchises and those people suffering to recover their costs. So if one branch is doing decent business, we'll be happy to let them focus on their business. So we'll be open to have a discussion to see what their plans are, and if that is not hindering our current franchisee who has signed up, but we'll be happy to have a discussion for Hyderabad as well.
Yeah, and one of our investor, Mr. Kiran Kumar, is also asking, what is your main focus, whether it's immigration or students or both? It's a blend of both in terms of network and in terms of giving the leverage for the franchises to actually, connect the dots.
See, our 70% work domain is student visa services only. As we mentioned, we have a company based in Canada, which is a certified immigration law firm. So in South Indian markets, there are very large number of people immigrating to Canada, US, UK, and other European countries. So that could be a very good additional revenue. And even if you have one application a month for immigration, your entire 1 month rental, salaries, and everything is covered. So we'll have blend of both, and and people who are opting for model 2 consultancy plus training center, they'll have different products in place. They'll have student visa, they'll have immigration, they'll have this travel and this coaching services. So they can recover their costs, they can make profits, they can generate money for reinvesting into marketing. So it is very much needed to have multiple sources of income instead of being on one. It is not viable to put all your eggs in a single basket. That is what we have done, and this was the only reason we were making profit despite last 1 or 2 year scenario. Otherwise it could have been very difficult.
Yeah, one of our down south, that is God's own country, Kerala. From Kerala, one of our investor, Mr. Vinod, is asking, how viable is it in Kerala and what are your plans for Kerala? Actually,
Kerala is pretty a God's own country, as you mentioned. I've been there a couple of times
my
too.
favorite.
I do research. I've been through roads from this Kochi, Thrissur, and different cities. There are 5 or 6 cities which are Calicut, different city. So there are different cities which have been worked out and very promising markets. In Kerala, we can accommodate 7 to 8 franchises into different cities. In Kerala and Tamil Nadu, you can have even 10 units in state, and each unit doing on an average minimum of 100 applications a year. Because our advantage is, I'll tell you, we don't focus on only English countries with the higher tuition fees. We call a concept called study abroad at Indian cost. So we have countries where you can spend 1 lakh or 2 lakh rupees per year and go into top world rank universities in the world. So we have universities in Czech Republic, Latvia, Lithuania, Slovakia, Slovenia, Malta, and very large number of students from South India are going, especially from Kerala itself and Tamil Nadu itself, applying on their own because they
How
don't
about Cochin? Cochin, especially Cochin.
Cochin is
That's
pretty
what he's
good. It
asking.
is one of the finest. It is a place which can give 500 applications a year. I've been there 3-4 times. We shortlisted some cities also. We did a couple of events as well. But language is a difficult barrier. We tried working it out, like hiring local staff, but you cannot rely on them that things would be taken in a right manner. So that is where we worked on this franchisee model. Most of that, if a local franchisee is sitting, he won't be cheating in his own business. He won't be misguiding the students in his business, and he would be making sure that, okay, I have to recover my cost, I have to pay salaries, I have to pay rents, then I have to make profits which I need to take back home. So otherwise we could have already started into that market. So whoever person asked, pretty good opportunity, get in touch with us. We have the entire report in place, we have the locations figured out, we have the rentals and all the data in place. Within 30 days you can start, and within next 30 days you'll have the first profit in place as well.
And one of our investor, again, Mr. Kiran, our investor, is asking, is there any work from home option in the second model?
In second model, you have this coaching thing as well. So you won't be able to offer coaching at home. The work from home model can be given in first only, which is under consulting services for student visa and immigration. So I'm afraid under second model, we won't be able to give work from home model because you need to have students walking into your office for their daily classes, which won't be possible at home. Under work from home model, we have things in a way where you need not meet anyone physically. You need not call them to your place or a place outside. Everything is done online. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Amandeep, this is Ramana Rao from Bangalore. You mentioned that you are tied up with some universities and organizations. Can you name a few universities you are tied up, especially down south?
No, I have mentioned that we have tie-ups with universities across Europe. With South India, we don't work with local universities. Our major hold is with the European and Canadian universities only.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Hi, Amandeep. I'm Vimal from Kochi. 70:30 is the share, profit sharing, I believe. 70% for the franchisee and 30% for the company. And we are having 3 revenue streams. One is incentive from the company, universities, and second is for getting from the fee from students for getting into a course from any of the university. And third is the income we will be getting for the courses which we run.
Yes, yes, yes.
Right. So the revenue streams are the same for all these 3, 70:30.
Yes, revenue things would be the same. And in processing fees, well, as I mentioned, we don't charge any royalty fees. So whatever commission we get from the university will give 70% to the franchisee. And if coaching services are concerned, we do not take any royalty. That is all branch share. If they charge any upfront processing fees, like we have a nominal registration fees of 10 to 15,000 per applicant, that is also entirely branch share. So they will be able to recover their cost, rental, salaries from these coaching services. And we do not want a model that a branch is making 1 lakh rupees, we are asking payers 30% royalty, they are left with 70K, and they have to put money from the pocket to pay rest of the expenses. So whatever business or revenue branch is generating, that will be entirely branch profit. Our profit would only be from the students which we send abroad. They join university, universities pays us 100%, then we keep a 30%, give 70% of the branch. So that is what we said, pretty profitable in terms of, and this is what we have studied from other companies model, where they went wrong. They were making money, but branches were not profitable, they were not able to cover their costs, and after a few months they close. So instead of taking 50 rupees out of 100 rupees, I'll be happy to take 10 rupees out of 1000 rupees. That will be more than enough, but that will be something I would want in a longer run for higher number of branches. That is the motive, is that is the reason why we don't have any royalty system in place.
So you meant to say that for coaching, there is no sharing need to be required
No,
for the fee.
nothing. It is entirely branch profit. We'll guide them with the books. We'll give them the materials. We'll give them a training head for everything. But whatever money they generate from that particular business model, it will be entirely branch. They'll have the CRM in place where they just need to log in the entries. So we can track that, okay, if 20 applications rolled, they generated 1 lakh of revenue, but they don't have to pay any royalty to the company now or in later future.
They just have to pay for the books.
Yeah, just for the books,
Okay.
the nominal.
And you'll be giving the training also for the training.
Everything.
Train the staff. Okay.
They would have to spend around 1000 to 1500 rupees for a single student kit. That would be including books, bags, and everything, just for the materials part. Rest, if they charge 5000, it would be entirely their share. If they enroll for 3 months, 15,000, it would be entirely their share. They just need to pay one-time fees for the materials.
And the classes can be rotational, I believe.
Yes,
for
you
different
can
courses.
accommodate up to 5 batches in a single day. You can have, if you have 2 classrooms in different South Indian markets, you can have even 100 students walking into your office, attending classes itself only. You can recover entire rental, salaries, marketing costs from coaching services only. And whatever you make from business consulting services, you reinvest into marketing and withdraw your profits from that.
Thank you.
Okay, so
Thank you.
yeah, so again, our investor, Mr. Kalyan Chittineni, is asking how much of time commitment you can assure to the franchisees that who are the prospective franchisees. Mostly because all are taking much time and all. This he says this is his main doubt, which if he is taking the franchise, he don't want to be in a situation like that.
I did not get that. What sort of time he's asking?
He's asking how much of commitment as a brand you can assure to the franchisees, whoever is taking your franchise.
See, as we mentioned, we have 5 years agreement period, and let's clearly mention that we do not want to have multiple franchises in a city. We do not want to sell a franchisee unless this business is sustainable in a longer run. So we want people who are getting into this business for not 1 or 2 years or 5 years or 10 years. Even that would be the business for their future generations as well. So in terms of commitment, we are 100% committed that if somebody is taking a branch in Cochin, if we're signing up a different franchisee as well, we'll be taking their consent first. Okay, this is the location we are doing, this is in this much time distance or location distance. Only after their consent and keeping them in loop, we'll be doing the things. We do not want to plant multiple franchises nearby, or we do not want anything where they lose the focus. So our support and commitment would be for me, it is more like starting up an own office in partnership with the local person. That is how I want to make it sustainable and profitable.
Thank you. Thank you. And one of our investor, Mr. Durga Prasad, is asking just to understand one more point on processing fee, that is, which will be coming from universities, will be given to Amandeep. That is, it will be 30% to 7% directly to the franchise owner.
Yes, whatever, there are two different models in the student visa. First is the fees we charge from the student for the services we render. It is a very nominal fees. That is from 10 to 15,000 rupees per student plus GST. That is entirely branch share. We do not take a single penny out of that. Then whatever monies we get from university out of the commission we get, 70% is sent to the franchisee, 30% is our share. That will be applicable to all the countries. Nothing changed. So if we get 2 lakh rupees, 70% would be transferred. If we get 1 lakh rupees, 70% would be transferred. Transfer ratio would be the same. If commission is higher also, as I mentioned, it can vary up to 20-25%. Whatever we get, we'll share a screenshot of that particular entry, share it with the branch, we'll transfer 70%. That is the way we have maintained transparency with our agents. They'll just get an entry with the student name mentioned, then whatever money comes in, we transfer it to back. In a longer run, it is utmost important to maintain trust in a longer run. That is how we want our franchisee model to be, and this is the kind of trust we want from the local franchisee as well. They do everything keeping us in the loop.
Thank you, Amandeep ji. Thank you so much for taking up the question in such a nice way. I'm sure we have a few more questions as well, but due to time constraint, we will definitely one-on-one with you. Thank you so much for joining in today. Thank you. So with this, I would now like to invite the next brand of the evening, which is Paradise Biryani, and would request Mr. Rahul from the brand itself to showcase the wonderful presentation to all of us. But before we proceed and hand over to Mr. Rahul, I would request that let's keep the presentation short and crisp within the time limit of 15 minutes so that we can take up the relevant questions in time and also give time to other brands who are also waiting. Thank you so much for joining in, Rahul ji. Over to you.
Thank you, Stanley. Yeah, definitely it is late in the evening and I'll try to keep the, in fact, I will not try, I'll definitely keep the presentation very crisp. Hi, good evening, everyone. This is Rahul Pandita. I am the brand expansion head for Paradise, based out of Hyderabad corporate office. So I'll just briefly take you through Paradise, and then I'll discuss very briefly about the restaurant and biryani segment in the country. I'll also discuss what Paradise is proposing in terms of the store and as well as the investment, the financials, and then if time permits, we can take questions also. So Paradise is a 70-year-old brand. It was established in 1953. Currently, we are India's largest biryani player. We also have been recorded in Limca Book of Record for selling most biryani servings in a calendar year. We have had multiple awards for our cuisine and especially for biryani. The brand's the motto is great food, great service, and happy times. Staying true to our Indian roots, we follow Atithi Devo Bhava, that's customer is God. And our company entirely works towards a mission of to serve the best Hyderabadi cuisine. So obviously, needless to say, anybody visiting Hyderabad feels it the visit very incomplete, except till they visit Paradise Biryani. The people you see on screen have all visited, and there are many more. So we take pride to be their first choice when they come to Hyderabad and want to have the authentic food. Currently, we are in 42. We have our own company, operated company-owned locations. So there are a total of 42 in numbers. Majority of those are in south of India. So we are in Hyderabad, we are in Vijayawada and Vizag. We are in Bangalore, Chennai. And we, just before the lockdown, just before the impact COVID happened, that's March 20, we opened Kolkata, and we have a couple of stores in Gurgaon also. We are obviously present on all the delivery platforms. Our ratings, you can see, are good on the platforms. Our value proposition is time-based recipes. We believe and we have invested in premium ingredients, the staff, the management, everything which makes a company successful. Every recipe is in place. It's just like we frame how you make a good biryani. The same ingredients have to go in making a successful company. So talking about, in general, if I talk about a food industry is growing at a good pace, but if you see Indian biryani segment, it is right now dominated by standalone restaurants, which is unorganized sector we would call, which is around 90%, and organized sector only takes 10% of the share. This is where we feel biryani has the highest potential in India. Biryani, as everyone would be knowing, is one of the highest selling product in India as of now. So, and the COVID has also shifted the human behavior towards organized sector for the safety, for the hygiene factor. So this is one segment where we are highly banking, and we feel the potential is yet to be tapped. Eating out frequency, India is very low as of now, and it is increasing last 3-4 years. Before the survey told us it was 2 times. Now it has gone to 4 to 5 times. Also, the per capita spending on eating out is very low, which is increasing. So although it is shown here very low, but it was pretty low before that, but it is increasing as a good rate. So what we feel that to make it successful, we need 4 pillars for growth. One is population, which India has. One is the disposable income, which is increasing year on year. Food service, you see many brands coming in, and there's a healthy competition in the food service. Everyone putting their best foot forward to have the best of the places. And then dine out frequency, which I've seen is already increasing. So these 4 pillars have given us confidence that this is the time to really accelerate the growth and go to the market and expand. Like we have not done what we have not done for last 70 years. We are planning to do it now. Talking specifically about biryani, so you would be surprised to know that the biryani sells every 1.5 seconds. A biryani sells in India. So biryani has overtaken pizzas and burger, which were traditionally always the best in the delivered food. Now it has been biryani for last 2 years, and the online aggregators, their dominance has actually pumped this up. You will be, it is like 80 million users are there, and the orders are to the tune of 1.5 billion. So these are very huge numbers, which has given us even belief that what we are planning is very easy to achieve. What Paradise is, we have a unique proposition of dine-in takeaway delivery concept, which is geared by our Paradise app and Paradise loyalty program. So this is one of the best loyalty programs in India. In just 6 days, we have more than 30 lakh members, and our Paradise app delivery, which is our own app, within last 4 months has had already 2.5 lakh downloads, and our ratings are really good because when you deliver from your own app, obviously there are better chances to serve the customer. So what we are bringing to the table as for the concept is we have 6 decades of serving biryani. We know our food very well. We have an efficient and very compact dine-in concept. We are COVID compliant in our operations. Menu is diverse. We use best of the ingredients. It is delivery and takeaway friendly. It's not only dine-in, so we have the entire omni-channel model in place. Format, this is very adaptable to malls, high streets, premium residentials, or for that IT parks. We definitely do not compromise on quality and service, and the return on investment is very good, which I'll show in next slide. Demand side, as I showed, biryani is always on the high, and biryani also is one, especially in South, it is like one of the favorite, and it is acceptable across, be it B towns, C towns, or the metros. Supply side, we have a very strategic partnership with key suppliers. The raw materials are easily available for us, and we have a very state-of-the-art supply chain in place. So the areas we are looking for as of now is obviously the other places, the A states of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. Then Karnataka, we are already in Bangalore, so Bangalore still can take many more stores. Then Raichur is there, Chennai also we are there, but can take more stores. Vellore, then Pune, Nagpur, Solapur, and Raipur. Obviously, we are open to the entire South India, but this is our current priority, and yeah, we are looking at other places also. So this is what we are proposing is a FICO model, basically an investment model, franchisee invested, company operator. We will run the store for you. The investment is by the partner. Ownership is to the company. Operation is run by the company. Revenue to the company. What partner gets is a revenue share. So if you say it is, interestingly, it follows a reverse royalty system where the franchisor pays the franchisee. Okay. So what we are saying, the investment is of 80 lakhs. We have a unique dine-in system of 40 to 50 covers, which takes care of delivery as well as takeaway. Takeaway and deliveries are very high in South as compared to North. So we are focusing on the omnichannel, all three channels of the business. There are two options of return. One is revenue share and another one is fixed. In revenue share, you of course get your revenue based on the revenue, and the IRR in case of revenue share is 20%. In case of fixed, it is 10%. So there are different slabs of return, which will be discussed one-on-one because it is a very comprehensive, detailed plan which we have made to get a very good IRR of 20%. Franchisee fee is 2 lakh. There is refreshment fee. There is exit option. There is a buyback option. There is a renewal option. Everything is there, which will be discussed in detail. I don't think we have enough time to discuss these in detail. But whenever you get in touch with Franchise India, you get a complete docket to understand everything, along with the calculation sheet for all these investments as well as returns. So for the site, we are looking for 12 to 1400 carpet area, a ground floor. There are some, again, you'll get the guardrails for the sites, but it has to be 100% compliant in terms of services as well as legality. Site approval, obviously, we will approve the site, but if, like we are saying, if the rental agreement, if the owner or the investor has the space of his own, the rental agreement will be governed by a separate lease agreement. So entire operational costs, the salaries, the electricity, the other pre-operating costs, and the rentals will be taken care by Paradise separately. Thank you. This is it. I know it was fast because we had to keep up to the time. So we are open for questions.
Yeah. Congratulations, Rahul sir, for your expansion plans. And thanks. We thank you because you are bringing Paradise again pan-India and reaching out to even the smaller towns and more for the bigger towns in a compact format and all. Thanks a lot. But I just want to know, are you also open for, Bangalore, tier 2 and tier 3 cities like Mysore, Belgaum, and also we have Tumkur. We have what is that? I mean, a lot of other cities like Gulbarga. You have. Are you also open for north of Karnataka? I think because they are close. They are in close proximity to Telangana, Hyderabad, and all that. Right. So will you be equally phasing out in the first phase? Will you be rolling them out, or they will only be rolled out in the third and fourth, because they are in close proximity to Hyderabad logistically also.
Right. So the cities I have shown, the Gulbarga is already in the scene. There's a separate location list which you people have, I think. So yeah, first phase is what the location which we have seen, but we are not very of targeting the cities which are close by. Of course, any brand, we do not want to rush that let's open all 100 stores in one go. It will not give us that quality to the store construction as well as running of the store. The cities so South we consider our home market. Everyone knows Paradise very well. We have to struggle, I think, perhaps for North India, but South we think we don't have to struggle so much for the brand. Everyone knows the brand. So of course, our first target is South. In South, so we have just prioritize few markets, and the names which you took also are there. So I would not call they will be in phase 2 or 3. I would say they will be in phase 1.5. So while we are closing the agreements for these, we'll start taking up those stores. So we say yes, we are open to all places in South.
Sorry, my apologies, but I agree to disagree with you, saying that only South people know about biryani, but that is Paradise Biryani. But I want to tell you that all the biryani lovers across the globe, not only in North India, but across the globe, they know Paradise.
Thank you, Sharad. We love to believe that, but I think South we consider this as a home market. That's why we give special preference to South.
I agree with you, sir.
Yeah, hi Rahul sir, this is Mudassar from Bangalore.
Yeah, hi Mudassar.
Yeah, so can you please elaborate on the payback and the ROI? And is there any assured or minimum return guarantee from your side?
Okay. So there are two options. One is a revenue share model, and another one is fixed model. So in fixed model, you get 2% that's 24% per annum return on your investment, which is 80 lakhs. So that is fixed. No matter how the revenue is, plus minus everything, you get a fixed return in that case. But in revenue share, you don't have any minimum guarantee. It's like, and we have built this plan on 25 lakhs, which for Paradise is a very nominal sale, but we don't want to overcommit. We'll do 40 lakhs, which we are doing it at maximum of the places. We have kept it at 25 lakh rupees. So in case of IRR, in case of revenue share, the IRR is 20%. It is much higher than what you get in a fixed return. Yeah, there is a little bit of risk because there is no minimum guarantee. It can go to say 14, 15, 17, 18%. But we don't foresee that. But yeah, that is a risk in revenue share. A little bit of risk, I would say.
And what about the rentals? How about the rentals and all? You're telling like you have a different agreement for the lease period, right?
Yes.
Can you elaborate on that lease period?
So the
for example, if somebody has to prop up the property.
So for example, if investor has the properties, we will have two agreements. One is the investment agreement, and another will be for the lease agreement. So there will be two different agreements. Rental will be paid separately, and the returns for this will be paid separately.
Thank you.
So in addition to the returns they get for the investment.
Thank you, Rahulji. Such a wonderful opportunity for all of us today. Thank you so much for taking out time and showcasing the brand today. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you. With this, I would now like to invite the next brand of the evening, which is Pan Studio, and would request Mr. Saeed from the brand to please showcase the wonderful opportunity. And again, I would like to request him that let's keep the presentation within the limit of 15 minutes so that we can take up the relevant questions and give time to other brands who are also waiting. Over to you, Saeedji.
Thank you. Very good evening, everyone. I'll just start with the presentation and then go ahead and explain about the brand. Stanley, could you just confirm if it is visible?
No, it is not visible right now. It is now.
All right. Yes, a very good evening to everyone and a very warm welcome. I've attended a few brands already and it looks really nice. And with the shortage of time, I'll not waste any time further and just start with the presentation. The Pan Studio is a very new brand and it is a very interesting thing. We started this off on the 1st January of 2021. And we managed to create 8 franchisees in the next 3.5 months. Basically, Pan Studio is a dessert place, started in Bangalore at Fraser Town. It has got various varieties of pans. It has got about 150 plus varieties of pan in different flavors, all very unique and different. Basically, it is probably a very interesting investment for anybody who is looking into franchisee options. We've got a lot of things. Basically, the pan itself has got a lot of heritage value too. India is considered, at least in India, we consider it to be one of the oldest deserts that was there right from the Mughal era. Very few people had this option of being able to chew pan, and now we made it available for everybody, right from the children to the adults, and we've kept it very hygienic. And we've kept all the health factors in consideration. Hence, we've eliminated tobacco completely from our products and still managed to keep 150 plus varieties of pans in different forms. So while we launched this, it was launched by my elder brother and me, and we lost him midway while we were building the brand on the 29th of May. However, we just want to continue his legacy and ensure that the brand reaches places. It has got a lot of things. The betel leaf in itself has got a lot of health benefits. The katha we use is Ayurvedic medicinal katha. The suparis that we use are sourced from 6 different states, and right now it is 8 different states. The pulkhan that we procure, we also have procured gulkand from Kashmir, because the roses in snowy places are very different, and that gulkand tastes different. So we've kept all these factors in mind and created a brand which has not only got a unique concept, but also has got a very a nice business opportunity for anybody who's looking for investment. Our specialities are that firstly, though, we have a lot of options in the pan itself. When I say 150 varieties of pan, they're not the same. Each flavor is different. It is unique. The chocolates that we use for the coating of the pan is, apart from a few Indian chocolates compounds that we use, we've also imported chocolates from Italy and Germany just for the pan, and still made it very cost effective even when it comes to the customer, and also have kept margins which are quite unreal. The studio experience we created was because we wanted to create a dining place for pan. Pan is usually a stop and go eat option place for everybody, but what we've created is a complete dining experience. It is a complete family place, a gathering place. Any social gathering can also be organized. We've created this in about 1,200 square feet area, where we have a lot of seating in place. There are things for kids to pick up. There are things for elders to pick up. So there is something for everybody. And our competition is not with the other pan places, because we have a lot of unique things. As we go further, you'll understand what I mean to say. And we've kept these pans hygiene in a way that, you know, the katha that we use, like I said, was Ayurvedic medicinal katha, which is 4,000 rupees a kilo. And what otherwise we usually eat is only about 600 rupees a kilo. So you can understand the amount of research and development we put into this, and understood what should be given to what sort of people. So we've created this keeping this in mind. Also, the experience of people who come in and sit. There are a lot of wow factors when you sit. You basically get to learn what you're eating. Otherwise, all the options we've had to eat pan is a sada pan, maybe a meetha pan, a gundi pan in the north, a makai pan in the south, and things like that. But no, we have accumulated all sorts of pan forms and created this. Our flavors, like I said, are extremely different. Our raw material sourcing way has also been really nice. We've sourced it in different places. Our pans taste the best. We know that because we've traveled a lot and visited places which serve good pans, and the competitors, everyone we've tasted, and then that is when we've decided that yes, no, our pans are extremely different. They're soft. Like you can see, they not only look unique, they're not only designed ambiguously, they also taste extremely delicious. And it can be a competition, not just to pan vendors, because we do not consider that, but yes, it can be a competition even to all the dessert places, whether it's in a nice ice cream place, a nice juice shop, and all of these, because it is more related towards the dessert side. See, we believe that a successful business does not happen by chance. They're a result of design thinking to create something extraordinary and unique, and that is what we've managed to do. We've created something extraordinary with a very ordinary thing. The pan is not considered to be anything extraordinary, but we've shown how extraordinary it can be. With a simple pan, we played around and created so many different recipes, and such a vast menu when it comes to pan, that it is very difficult for anybody to even imitate and create something like that. And when you become a pan studio franchisee, what you have is you get a lot of support from us. Firstly, a lot of marketing that we help you with. The sourcing is all sorted. It is all streamlined, so there is nothing to worry about the raw materials. We also are not looking at somebody who is from the same background or is from the service industry itself, because we are not ourselves from the service industry, basically into event management. So we're not looking for any thing which is unrealistic. We're looking for somebody who's just passionate about doing good business and earning some money, and passionate and belief in the brand. And we managed to give away 8 franchisees by now in a span of 4.5 months since we started. So that in itself says that how easily we managed to sell off the franchisees, as well as give them ROIs that we're promising to give. We service about 100 to 200 walk-ins in a day, and that is what you can expect. And we accommodate a lot of families, like I said, children, the youth, everybody. And we have already tied up with Zomato and Swiggy. We rated very decently on that as well, and even the Google Insights also suggests gives us a 4.3 rating. So when it comes to service, when it comes to answering queries, answering the curiosity of the customers, they feel so connected with you because they know that every ingredient going in is healthy, tasty, and it tastes different, something like something that they've not had before. And this does not restrict like any other food industry where you'll have to choose between Italian, Indian, and South Indian. So Pan is just for everybody. So there is no specific target group as such. So we've also the catering orders that can happen, bulk orders of weddings and this and that. That is where our main ROI comes from. Apart from what happens at the store, we have an amazing response even from the weddings. We've done about 6 weddings in Bangalore, and we've done 3 real high-end weddings which were completely theme oriented. So franchisee requirement, like I said, we're not looking for somebody who is from this industry. We find a return of investment, yes. Now that is what everybody would probably be interested in. Our team estimates a payback of period of 6 to 18 months from the initial investment of franchisee fees and construction costs. Yes, it sounds very unreal, but that is how good the margins are, and that is how fast your ROI is. I am not sure of how many brands are able to give that, but we did a break even in about 4.5 months, considering we put 9 months of R&D and a lot of wastage that we've done. We still managed to break even in about 4.5 months. Being a new brand and having just started in January, we were down with our investment in 4.5 months. And the time period also depends on the bulk orders and events that successfully the franchisee holds. Like I told you, that is where the main ROIs, maybe a couple of weddings in a month is good to say that, you can stay assured that in 12 months you're breaking even, and the rest of the 4 years agreement term is just your profits. Now we also have we have a few options when it comes to the franchisees. We have an express counter, which is typically be looking at 200 to 300 square feet, a standout kind of a kiosk thing, where the investment of the machinery and everything and construction should come up to about 7.5 lakh rupees is what we've estimated, and the franchisee fee is at 5 lakh rupees. The cafe model, we're looking for a minimum space of 800 plus square feet, where the investment for your machinery, interiors, furniture, everything should come up to about 15 lakhs, and the franchisee fee is at 10 lakhs. We also have a master franchisee where the minimum commitment from the master franchisee holder should be for 15 units with some franchisee rights. And the first unit, however, has to be owned and operated by the master franchisee himself, and that has to be a cafe model. And multi-franchisee, we have a minimum commitment of 5 units from the multi-unit franchisee holder with no sub-franchisee rights, and all 5 units to be owned and operated by the multi-unit partner himself. And all of these, we are estimating, say, for an express cafe, we anticipating about 12 to 15 months on the higher side for their ROI. For a cafe, anywhere between 8 to 12 months is what we're looking at. And master franchisee also be looking only at about 24 months for an ROI, and multi-unit franchisee at about 21 months. So which sound very unrealistic, but because we've already done it and successfully showed that it is achievable and very doable, and it's got amazing margins. Yes, that is where we get. And we have complete support when it comes to our branding, when it comes to logo usage, when it comes to marketing. Right from our start talks, we'll guide you with the marketing. When you're opening, we'll guide you with the marketing. And post operations also will be helping with this. The training of the staff will be completely taken care by us. We'll train them in a proper manner, and we'll also from the company we'll give a staff before opening, while opening, and for the next few days for them to understand the operations and for everything to go on smoothly. So that is the amount of support we'll give right from the start. Yes, these are the insights. We've been covered by at least 9 media channels locally already, multiple YouTubers and Instagram influencers, And on Google, we rated at 4.3 with more than 350 ratings that are there. And none of these are paid. These are all done genuinely. We've also got an editorial on the Indian Express on about 35 to 40 days of opening the store. So yes, we've got an amazing response. We've managed to give out franchisees. A few of them are operational and a few of them have got delayed because of the lockdown situation. However, this is what it is. The rest of the financials and details will be shared by Franchiseindia, obviously, and wherever we are needed, we are always there. We'll not shy away from any of this. So I'm open to questions now.
So currently, how many outlets are there, Saidri?
I did not get you. Please come back, Mr. Right?
Yeah, hi, this is
Thank you so much, Sayedji, for a wonderful brand today that you have showcased to us. We can now take a few questions from our partners who have joined. So Sarajji, Mudassarji, Javedji, if you have any questions, you can take it up.
Yeah, Saidri, this is Mudassar here from Bangalore.
Yes.
So I just want to know for Bangalore, you're open for Bangalore, how many outlets capacity?
We are still looking at 5 outlets in Bangalore, at least 5 to start with. Yes, because we have done with 3 in Bangalore now, including us. So we don't want to overdo it as well.
Okay, and there was one more thing. I just noted that with the radius of the existing outlets, it's only 1 kilometer.
1 kilometer radius.
Yeah, but you don't think it's a very less 1 kilometer radius?
No. We've kept 2 things. We've kept 2 things there. The video, it might not be clear on that. One is that we've kept 1 kilometer radius. The other one is the geographical location, like an area. Like if you're doing it at Vijayanagar, then leave 1 kilometer. Even if Vijayanagar is spread across 5 kilometers, we'll not give another franchisee in that 5 kilometers. So we're doing it in both the ways. So there are a few prime places where, it can only be 1 kilometer radius. That is where we are looking at. But otherwise, even geographically, we're not going into, in the same locality, we're not giving multiple franchises. No.
I'll get in touch with you.
Sure.
Thank you, Sayedji, for a wonderful opportunity. And I'm sure that the kind of opportunity you have showcased to us, the investors who have joined, they will definitely come up with more questions. Thank you so much for joining in.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So with this, I would now like to invite the next brand of the evening, which is Kareem's, and would request Mr. Gaurav Arora, who is representing the Kareem's today, to please showcase the presentation and tell us the opportunity that he has for all of us. Over to you, Gaurav.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, it is very much.
Okay, hi, good evening, everyone. So such a lovely evening. Thank you so much for being a patient listener and attending the show. So I'll quickly give you a brief of the brand for the evening, which is Kareem's. So this is basically one of the traditional and one of the oldest brand in the Mughlai cuisine, which started almost in 19th century, way back 100 years. And today we are celebrating our 100 years legacy, and we are celebrating more than 200 store story. So this brand was started basically by one of our very own, very famous and very hardworking Haji Karimuddin, because he was basically the serving royal food to the last emperor of the Mughal Empire, Bahadur Shah Jafar. And since then he had his culinary art, right, which he was basically serving the emperors, and then he thought that why not he take this food, this speciality and this culinary art to everybody, and that's where the origin of Kareem's has taken place. And the first outlet was started of Kareem's way back 1913 across the Jama Masjid of Delhi, right? So today company has basically created its milestone in not only in India but in abroad, and they've been acknowledged by none other than the New York Times, BBC Good Food Earth, and National Geographic. And I'd like to say all the pride that this is the only company which is serving Mughlai cuisine which has got Indian origin and which has been covered by the New York Times, all because of the kind of food, the kind of legacy and the lineage and the taste, right, that we have been able to continue with our generation. So I tell you, the benefit of, the merit of working with Kareem's is that though we work like a corporate, but it is still the family owned business. So it is now taken over by the 5th generation, who is Mr. Zohaib. So he is the son of Mr. Zain. So Mr. Zain and Mr. Zohaib, they together are working with their partners and with their staff on day-to-day basis, and they're managing the entire show. So on the one side, they have got a retail business. On the second side, they have got a franchise business. On the third side, they have got a catering business. So all three businesses basically come under their leadership, and they help each and every partner, they help each and every staff and each and every employee, right, to become the part of the family, and then help them to basically take up the journey ahead. So I would say that it is the 5th descendant which has taken over the journey, and hence you will feel as if you are working not just with a corporate, but with a family, right? So there are two formats that we have to offer to you. So one is the dine-in format, and the second is the QSR format. So dine-in format is for the people who are looking at setting up a dine-in restaurant, a full-fledged restaurant with over 2,000 square feet area and with an investment appetite of about 70 odd lakh rupees. So इसमें रहेगा क्या कि basically आपको एक proper dine-in के लिए आपको एक 700-800 square feet का kitchen set करना रहेगा, और बाकी आपका जो 1200-1300 square feet का area है वो आपका रहेगा dine-in के लिए और aisle spacing के लिए. तो इसमें एक बहुत fancy सा हम बहुत जो है ना एक प्लेजर एक एम्बिएंट साइज का एक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर रेडी करते हैं. उसमें जितना भी आपको टेक्निकल असिस्टेंस चाहिए प्री सेल्स से लेके पोस्ट सेल्स तक, वो पूरा कंपनी का एक इकोसिस्टम में इट हैज बिकम अ पार्ट. सो हाउ इट हैपेंस इज दैट इफ यू वांट टू साइन अप विद अस, राइट, सो फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट फॉर अस इज दैट वी शुड सेलेक्ट अ साइट. साइट इसलिए बहुत जरूरी है क्योंकि वो किस नेबरहुड को केटर कर रही है, वहां पे कंपटीशन क्या कर रहा है, वहां पे किस तरीके का रेट्स प्रिवेलिंग है, किस तरीके का टेस्ट प्रिवेलिंग है, वो सब हमारे को असेस करना पड़ता है. और उसके बाद हम ये डिसाइड करते हैं कि हाँ ये टेरिटरी हमारे लिए फ्रूटफुल रहेगी, ये टेरिटरी हमारे लिए जो है इट इज वर्थ टेकिंग द इन्वेस्टमेंट, बिकॉज इट्स नॉट जस्ट द मैटर ऑफ you investing into the business, it's a matter of the brand which is you are going to basically work with. So in case we are not satisfied with the overall neighborhood, then we don't tell you that it's a worth place to invest in the business. And if you like it, then whatever the supply chain is required for the raw material, whatever the infrastructure requirement that you have to fulfill, whatever infrastructure टेक्निकल नो हाउ दैट यू नीड, दैट किस हाइट पे आपको बेसिकली चेयर रखनी है, किस हाइट पे आपको टेबल रखनी है, लाइटिंग कितना होना चाहिए, किचन में किस गेज का स्टेनलेस स्टील होना चाहिए, आपका रॉ मटेरियल की सप्लाईज कहाँ से आनी चाहिए, आपका फ्लोरिंग कैसे होना चाहिए, वो पूरा आपका इन एंड आउट आपको कंपनी जो है अपने टेक्निकल जो टीम है उनसे आपको टेक्निकल नो हाउ मिलेगा. तो एक आर्किटेक्ट हम आपको असाइन करेंगे, आपको सारे वेंडर्स हम असाइन करेंगे, और उसके बाद सेलिंग करने के लिए चाहे वो डाइन इन हो, चाहे वो जोमेटो हो, स्विगी हो, या जितने भी ई कॉमर्स पोर्टल हैं जिनसे आप बुकिंग कर सकते हो, वो सब आपको जो है हम नेशनल अलायंस जो हमने उनसे बिल्ड करे हुए हैं वो आपको नेशनल अलायंस हमारा बना बनाया मिलेगा. I'll just give me 1 second. Let me put this on charging. Yes. So ये सारा आपको जो है सप्लाई चेन आपको प्री सेल्स टू पोस्ट सेल्स मिलेगा. उसके बाद रिटेंशन प्रोग्राम के लिए हमारे पास किस तरीके की स्ट्रैटेजीज है, या लोकल लेवल पे बिलो द लाइन आपको क्या एक्टिविटीज करनी चाहिए, किस तरीके के इवेंट्स करने चाहिए, वो सारा टेक्निकल नो हाउ आपको कंपनी देगी. स्टाफ का हायरिंग से लेके ट्रेनिंग से लेके एवरीथिंग विल बी गिवन बाय द कंपनी. इन्वेस्टमेंट स्टार्ट्स विद अबाउट 65-70 odd lakh rupees. Space required is 2,000 square feet. It has to be a high street complex or a mall or any neighborhood market where you have a lot of traffic, because this is one place where you get people who have the parking facility. I mean, people look for a place where they can find a parking facility, or they can probably walk by from their home and they can probably sit there and enjoy. तो वो बहुत जरूरी है कि आप किस जगह पे कर रहे हो, किस मार्केट पे कर रहे हो. दूसरा फॉर्मेट है QSR. ये आप कहीं पे भी कर सकते हो, किसी भी एरिया में कर सकते हो जहां पे आपके पास डेंसिटी है, क्योंकि यहाँ पे आपको डाइन इन नहीं चाहिए. दिस इज ओनली ए 700 स्क्वायर फीट का छोटा सा आउटलेट जिसमें आपका मेनली जो रहेगा वो टेक अवे रहेगा. सो दिस इज बेसिकली अ क्विक सर्विस रेस्टोरेंट which is a smaller format of Kareem's, wherein you are just allowed to basically serve the hot food to the trespassers who are passing by, or they order you online, or they order over the phone. या फिर कुछ ऐसे लोग होंगे जो अपनी गाड़ी में आके बैठेंगे, आपको ऑर्डर करेंगे, आप उनको गाड़ी में सर्व करेंगे, they'll eat it then and there and they'll then quit. तो यहाँ पे आपका क्विक जो है क्विक सर्विस वाला आपका जो मेन्यू है वो रहेगा. वैसे मेन्यू हमारा मॉडल दोनों जगह सेम रहता है, लेकिन QSR में आपको ज्यादा ऑर्डर्स जो आएंगे वो टेक अवे के आएंगे, और टेक अवे में आपका रोल्स हैं या रैप्स हैं या टिक्कास हैं या कबाब्स हैं, उस तरीके का मेन्यू आइटम आपको ज्यादा जो है यहाँ पे चलेगा। इसका इन्वेस्टमेंट स्टार्ट होता है 30 लाख रुपए के आसपास। आप उसको थोड़ा ऑप्टिमाइज भी कर सकते हैं कि 25 लाख में भी इसको अकोमोडेट किया जा सकता है, सब्जेक्ट टू कि किस तरीके का ऑलरेडी वहाँ पे इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर हुआ है। और जो भी आपको एनओसीज लेने हैं, फायर के लेने हैं, या आपको जो भी फूड लाइसेंस लेना है, वो सब में कंपनी आपको हेल्प करेगी कि आपको किस तरीके से वो फाइल बनानी है, किस डिपार्टमेंट से आपको किस तरीके का जो है कोलैबोरेशन बिल्ड करना है। तो ओवरऑल प्री सेल से लेके पोस्ट सेल तक, ट्रेनिंग से लेके हायरिंग से लेके और उनका रेगुलर बेसिस पे सपोर्ट सिस्टम जो है पूरा, ये एक पूरा रोबस्ट सिस्टम कंपनी ने क्रिएट किया हुआ है। ये सारा आपको कंपनी से मिलेगा। तो आपको सिर्फ ये मेरिट नहीं मिल रहा है कि आप डाइन इन सेटअप कर रहे हो या क्यूएसआर कर रहे हो, ये आपको मिल रहा है कि आपको सारा टेक्निकल सपोर्ट कंपनी से मिल रहा है, 100 ईयर की लेगेसी मिल रही है और मुगलाई फूड मिल रहा है जो कि हर आदमी नहीं बना सकता। पीपल से दैट दे आर गुड in making the Mughlai cuisine, but it's actually an art, and we know this art because we are the first and foremost chain in the Mughlai cuisine, which started 100 years before, and today we are still following that same legacy. So today you see, wherever you go, wherever people talk about Mughlai food, the first and foremost name that you hear is Kareem's, right? On your screen, you can see the kind of setups and kind of evolution that we have done in our brand and in our ambience and in our outlook. So on the left of the screen, you see the Kareem's Hotels Private Limited, the first QSR which started 100 years before. We have still maintained the same layout so that people can actually relate to the originality of the brand. And on the right-hand side, we have got a high street dine-in format, which I'm talking about in an investment of 70 odd lakh rupees. So this is how the difference is going to be. Why you should invest in, as I mentioned, you will get a 100-year-old legacy, you will get a family-run business, and you will get a great ROI. आपका जो 35 लाख, 30 लाख, 25 लाख का जो भी इन्वेस्टमेंट होगा क्यूएसआर में, 15 महीने लगेंगे आपको आपका पैसा निकालने में, क्योंकि इसमें 10 लाख रुपए फ्रेंचाइज फीस है, बाकी 10-12 लाख रुपए का आपका 15 लाख रुपए का सेटअप का खर्चा है, वर्किंग कैपिटल है। बाकी आपको डिटेल में कोई ROI का डिस्कशन करना है, वी आर मोर देन हैप्पी टू गिव यू द one-on-one consulting on this business. We are more than happy to come on discussion with you and sort out all your doubts. But आप ये चीज ध्यान में रखना कि अगर आप 15 महीने की पेशेंस रख के चलते हो F&B में, तो इससे अच्छा ब्रांड आपको मुगलाई कुजीन में, इंडियन कुजीन में नहीं मिल सकता। अगर आपको डाइन इन में जाना है, आपका टिकट साइज बड़ा है, आपके पास स्पेस है किसी मॉल में, किसी अच्छे हाई स्ट्रीट कमर्शियल कॉम्प्लेक्स में, तो आप 70 लाख रुपए के आसपास का बजट लेके चलेंगे 18 महीने से 24 महीने, विच मीन्स 1.5 से 2 साल में आपका टॉप लाइन निकल जाएगा। ये 70 लाख रुपए आप निकाल लोगे। अगर आपकी जगह रेंट पे है तो भी आपको 2-3 महीने एक्स्ट्रा लगेंगे, बट यू विल इजीली मेक आउट दिस मनी। 3 महीने का जेस्टेशन है, बिजनेस स्टार्ट करोगे 3 महीना लगेगा ओवरऑल उसको एक जो है रेगुलरिटी में आने में, और उसके बाद then you gain. This is the presence that we have across India, more than 200 outlets, Delhi NCR where we have started 20 outlets, and then the network is growing, and all because of your trust and help and the hard work that we are all doing in the brand and the legacy that we are able to take forward. And all thanks to Franchiseindia that they've given us this platform to talk about this legacy and lineage. So over to you. In case you have any questions, we welcome those questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gaurav. Wonderful opportunity in F&B sector today. Thank you so much for showcasing the brand. And now is the time that we can take up few questions due to time constraint. So over to you, our franchise consultants. If you have any questions, we can take it up from the brand. Saraj ji, Javed ji, if you have any question, Raman ji, Vimal ji, please take it up.
Gaurav ji, in South India, where we have our outlets already in Bangalore or some other places?
हाँ सर, बैंगलोर में है हमारा आउटलेट। अगर आपको बैंगलोर के अलावा चेन्नई में करना है या आपको कोई स्मॉल टाउन में करना है, Tier 2, Tier 3 सिटी में, तो आप QSR और डाइन दोनों में से कोई भी ऑप्ट कर सकते हो। हमारी फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस ये है कि अगर आप कोई नई जगह पे जाते हो, कोई एक नया टेरिटरी हमें ओपन करना है, तो हमारी फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस ये है कि वहां पे आप डाइन इन से शुरू करो, क्योंकि उससे क्या होता है कि ब्रांड की एक रेपुटेशन बनती है, राइट? आपको एक जो है ना आउटलेट का आपको एक थ्रूपुट मिलेगा, क्योंकि अगर आप QSR खोलोगे तो हमारे को क्या है कि वहां पे ट्रैक्शन बिल्ड करने में थोड़ा ज्यादा टाइम लग जाएगा। बट अगर डाइन इन है, आई एम गारंटिंग यू ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ ब्रांड, विद इन 3 months you will become the benchmark in that market. You will become the milestone in that market. So your land will become the landmark, right? तो ये चीज का आप ध्यान रखना। कोई भी नई लोकेलिटी में आप जा रहे हो, स्टार्ट विद अ डाइन इन, और उस डाइन इन के साथ में अगर आपको आपस में आगे आने वाले टाइम में मे बी 3 months डाउन द लाइन, 6 months डाउन द लाइन, 12 months डाउन द लाइन 2-3 QSR आप कर लेते हो, तो पूरी सिटी आराम से केटर हो जाती है Tier 2, Tier 3 सिटी में। राइट, और आपका ये सारा इन्वेस्टमेंट मैं आपको गारंटी देता हूँ 15 महीने से 24 महीने के टर्म में निकल जाएगा. सो ग्रेट अपॉर्चुनिटी फॉर द F&B.
Regarding this supply chain and help from the brand for the chef and all, how that will be helped?
सर हायरिंग के लिए क्या रहता है कि आप अपने लेवल पे सिर्फ हमारे को शॉर्टलिस्ट करके दे दो कि आपने ये 3-4 लोगों को शॉर्टलिस्ट किया है, उसके बाद उनका फाइनल इंटरव्यू हम हेल्प करेंगे आपको करने में. उसके बाद आपकी जो लोकल जो आपकी जगह होगी, जो आपकी किचन है, वहीं पे ही हम आपकी उनको ट्रेनिंग करेंगे. तो आपको कहीं ट्रैवल नहीं करना है, सारी हमारी टीम ट्रैवल करती है और हमारी टीम ही आपको सारा इनपुट देगी वहां पे, और जो भी सप्लाई चेन मैंने आपको बता दिया वो सब हम सेट करके जाएंगे वहां पे. सो everything from pin to plane is going to be given from the brand to give you that comfort, right? To handhold you and to basically work with you in a flawless way. And you end up optimizing your resources and not wasting money in something which is not required.
Thank you. That was helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, Gaurav bhai, this is Mudassar from Bangalore.
Hi, Mudassar.
Yeah, so I have a query. Can we do an upgradation on the menu according to the location? Because to be frank, okay, because Karnataka taste buds are different, Chennai taste buds, Kerala, it's all different, right? So can we add on the taste buds according to the location in the menu?
See, so we have got almost 100 plus items in our menu, right? So we can do some alteration in the existing menu because taste we want to keep the same. That's our legacy, right? So taste is going to be same across. However, the menu can be upside. I mean, menu can change subject to the interest that people have in that market. So that is why I said that when we look at a new site, we do the competition analysis so that we know what exactly is going on in that market, and basis that we decide our strategy. Right? Strategy cannot be same. It is not a thumb rule. It goes according to the demography, topography, people taste, and the kind of merit that we see in that market and the competition. And obviously we see the rates also which are prevailing, and basis that we decide our maneuvers to basically outperform the competition.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gaurav. Due to time constraint, we will not be able to take more questions, but I'm sure that the kind of opportunity that you have showcased to us, our investors who have joined, they will definitely come up with so many questions.
Looking forward to it, Shanley, and thank you so much, Franchise India, for this amazing opportunity, and good evening to everyone. Once again, have a lovely evening ahead. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Gaurav bhai. Thanks for presenting.
With this, I would now like to invite Mr. Aruna, who would be showcasing two brands, UClean and Chemdry. UClean is India's largest laundry chain with over 250 plus franchisees. So over to you, Arunabji, to showcase the wonderful opportunity that you have for all of us today.
Thank you, Stanley. Thank you so much to the entire Franchise India team. And a very good evening to all the investors who have joined us from South India and who have very patiently gone through the last 2.5 hours. So I'll try to wrap up my presentation as soon as possible without sacrificing on the important part, which I believe are important to be told. So UClean Group is today's India's largest group in the cleaning industry. And we operate across multiple sectors of the overall cleaning industry with multiple brands. And I would be talking about two brands in particular today. One is our flagship brand, which is UClean, which is today India's largest laundry and dry cleaning chain with more than 250 franchisees across 66 cities of India. And then later during the second part of the presentation, I would also like to talk about a second interesting opportunity, which is a brand called Chemdry. And in fact, Chemdry is a legacy brand with more than 50 years in the industry. It is the world's largest surface cleaning brand and the top 20 most franchised brands in the world. And incidentally, UClean is the master franchise for Chemdry in India. So that would be the second opportunity that I would be covering. So talking about UClean, our journey started about 4.5 years back from Delhi NCR. And over the last 4.5 years through franchising, we have now become India's largest laundry chain. In fact, we are amongst the top 4 largest laundry brands globally. And we have more than 250 franchise partners across 66 cities of India, including a very good presence in South India. Now, during this fact and during this development, one thing that I would really like to talk about is that out of our franchise partners, 23% are those who have already invested in more than one UClean unit. So they started off with one UClean unit and they liked what they saw they got the return on investment very quickly. And that's when they took a conscious decision to invest in a second uClean, a third uClean, so on and so forth. The second important point to note here is that if you go to Google and if you look at the ratings of uClean, you would realize that today uClean enjoys a rating of 4.4 on a scale of 5 on Google, despite being the largest laundry chain in India. And when you compare it with the other laundry brands, or when you compare it with the local mom and pop operators, you would realize that the rating typically is anywhere between 3 to 3.5 on a scale of 5 for the overall laundry industry. So a lot of credit for this goes to our franchise partners, to our customer delight team and our operations team, who understand that laundry is a business where same customer will come back to you every week as long as he's delighted with you. And that is why customer delight is something that is ingrained in our culture, and customer delight is something that every franchise partner and their team members get heavily trained on once they join the uClean franchise family. So, like I said, uClean is present in more than 66 cities of India today, and we have more than 5 lakh customers across these 66 cities who are consistently and continuously using uClean services. So what is the secret mantra behind this success, and what is the secret mantra behind why so many Indians love uClean? The first and the foremost is the fact that we introduced transparency in the laundry system. So before starting uClean, when you ordered laundry from a typical local mom and pop operator or a dhobi, you would have realized that the biggest concern today is the absolute lack of transparency. So the dhobi comes to your place, he picks up the dirty clothes, and few days later, he delivers the clean clothes back to you. Now, in those few days, what has happened with your precious and expensive clothes? You have absolutely no visibility, no transparency. You do not know where the clothes are getting washed. You do not know what kind of chemicals and water is being used. And very importantly, you do not even know how your expensive clothes are being handled. So that is why we have consciously created uClean as a friendly neighborhood laundromat concept, where as a customer, you can walk down to the uClean store at any point in time and see the entire process before your eyes. What we have also done is we have made the lives of customers easy by introducing technology. So as a customer, when you want to place an order today, you can directly go to the uClean website, or you can download the uClean app and place a request from there. For those of you who are not very tech savvy or who are not very comfortable using a technology platform, you can also dial up our centralized call center number, where our customer delight team will speak to you, understand your requirement, and divert the lead to the nearest possible store. At the franchise end, we have used technology to provide you one single platform, one single software from where you can manage your entire business. So you can look at the number of customers that have come in, you can look at their invoices, you can look at their total sales for a given day. You can even monitor the consumption of your raw materials like detergent, chemicals, and packaging material. You can also send SMSs directly from that software to the customer, informing them about the whereabouts of their clothes. And all this you can do from one single software, which is a proprietary software of uClean. And you can do this sitting anywhere in the world. So our entire software and the technology solution is hosted on the cloud. And sitting in California, you can literally manage what is happening at your store in Anna Nagar, in Chennai, or any part of the country. What we've also understood over the last 4.5 years is that a lot of entrepreneurs struggle when it comes to recruitment and training. So we take the complete onus of recruiting your team members. Even if there is an attrition, we would be responsible for bringing in the new team members, training them, and deploying them at your store. And what we have also realized is that India is a combination of so many different countries, so many different cultures, so many different wearing patterns. So what we do is the training that we would be providing to you and to your team members would be a combination of 2 different types of training. The first part is where we train you on the regular wear, like your denims, t-shirts, regular formal shirts. And the second training is very specific in nature, which is provided to the team basis the territory that they're operating in. So for example, if there is someone who wants to open a store in Coimbatore today, we know that people in Coimbatore love wearing their veshtis. They love wearing their Kanjivarams, and hence the team that would be deployed at Coimbatore or any part of Tamil Nadu would also be trained on handling these specific kinds of garments. And it is the combination of all these reasons put together that has made uClean the most loved laundry and dry cleaning brand in India today. Now, the next logical question that a lot of you would have is that I have a maid at home. I also have a laundry machine at home. So why would I not get my laundry done at home? And why should I outsource it to a uClean store? So what I have done is I'm doing a very quick financial comparison between getting your laundry done at home versus outsourcing it to the uClean store. And since all of you are investors looking at financial analysis, so I'm pretty sure you would be able to digest this and grasp this very quickly. So when you're getting your laundry done at home, you would realize that once you factor in all the costs, you're already spending about 3,300 rupees for the laundry of a 4-member family. Now, instead, if you decided to outsource this entire laundry to your nearest uClean store, one, we would do it at 3,100 rupees for you. But very importantly, you don't have to manage us. When you're getting your laundry done at home, you have to manage the maid, you have to manage your time schedule, and everything has to be very minutely managed and controlled. But in our case, we would be managing you. We would be providing you the laundry as per your convenience. You can schedule your pickup time, you can schedule your drop time, you can reschedule, you can cancel. We will only work as per your convenience. And this is the reason why more than 5 lakh customers across India today are regularly outsourcing their dirty laundry to uClean. Now, the next is where I talk about the financial model. First thing that you need to understand is that uClean is a very friendly neighborhood laundromat concept. So we are not interested in setting up a uClean inside a mall or on a high street. What I'm interested in is those small neighborhood markets, typically where you will find maybe a ration shop, a small atta chakki, there could be a dairy shop, maybe a couple of salons. So these small neighborhood markets, which are generally close to the residential population, these are the markets that we are interested in. We would need about 800 to 1,000 liters of water on a per day basis. We would need 12 kilowatt 3-phase electrical connection. Plus, we would need the provision for drainage and ventilation in that store. And we would need about 200 to 250 square feet kind of an area. Your total investment in setting up a single uClean unit would be about 14 lakhs, which will comprise the equipment, the franchise fee, and the cost of setting up of the store. What you're seeing on the right side is your typical average uClean store performance. You would realize that a typical uClean store on an average becomes profitable in the 2nd or 3rd month itself. By the time you're about 10 months old, the store would start hitting its peak capacity, at which point in time your sales could be anywhere between 3.5 to 4 lakh rupees per month. Your marketing cost would literally become zero because the customers become loyal to you. They keep coming back to you week after week. So your profit margin would be as high as 50%. So for a store that is doing sales of say about 3.5 lakh rupees on a per month basis, you should expect a take home profitability of 1.6 to 1.7 lakh rupees on a per month basis. And you should be able to recover your initial investment in about 15 months. What we have also done very recently, so there are 2 major partnerships that we have done, and I'm going to cover both of them. The first one is that for the first time in their history, FedEx has partnered with a startup to launch a co-franchising exercise. And very fortunately, that chosen startup is uClean. So FedEx interviewed a lot of startups, understood their business model, understood their history, met their team members, and finally they decided that they would want to launch co-franchising exercise globally with a startup in India. And with uClean, now we are offering FedEx franchisee to existing uClean franchisee. So today, if you decided to take a standalone FedEx franchisee, you would have to invest 3.5 lakh rupees. You will have to rent out an area of about 100 square feet, and you will have to hire a 2-member team to carry out the FedEx franchise services. But if you're an existing uClean franchisee, you don't have to do this. You only have to pay 30,000 rupees. You have to spare 50 square feet area within your existing uClean setup. So no additional rentals and no additional manpower to be hired. Your existing uClean team would be trained on FedEx franchise operations, and you would be able to run a FedEx franchisee from your existing uClean setup. We have already started rolling out uClean FedEx co-franchisees in Delhi, NCR, and Mumbai. We already have 33 units that are operating both as uClean and FedEx. And our target is that within the next 1.5 years, we would like to offer this opportunity to every uClean franchisee running in any part of India. This is the overall digital analysis of India. And you would notice that during normal days, if you discount the COVID period, almost 2.5 million families in India on a per month basis are looking for laundry and dry cleaning services. So if you translate this into South India, you're talking about at least 6 to 7 lakh families per month that are searching very actively and aggressively for cleaning services. And this is the customer base that we love to target. So when we are talking about our support system, the first and the most important support is that we have a very strong digital marketing team. The moment you launch your store in any new area, our digital marketing team would start Facebook promotion, Google promotion, Instagram promotion to target the customers that are living within 2 to 3 kilometer radius of your store. And this is all managed by us. This is all invested into by us. Locally, you will have to support us. Our marketing team will guide you. They will understand your market. They will understand your neighborhood, and they will advise you on what kind of local marketing activities would work. In fact, we would also be providing you with all the design support. You only need to get it printed and executed locally. The entire supply chain is controlled by us. We manufacture our own chemicals. We have our own formulations for detergent and chemicals. And same is true for the packaging material. So as a franchise partner, you just need to place the order. You need to make the payment. And within 7 days of making the payment, all the material would be directly delivered to your doorstep. We also have very strong real estate teams locally. So in case you need our support, we can also help you in finding the right location and then setting up the uClean outlet over there. I have already discussed the fact that we would take complete responsibility of recruitment and training. And I've already talked about the technology platform. So as long as you're a franchisee in the uClean system, this entire 4S and 2T uClean support system would be available, would be there to support you at any point in time. Now, the second brand that I would like to talk about is ChemDry. And ChemDry is now almost 50 years old as a company. It is the world's largest surface cleaning brand. It is the top 20 most franchised brand in the world, and it is already present in more than 60 countries globally. uClean is the very proud owner, proud master franchise of ChemDry for entire India. And we are now looking to develop ChemDry across the country through the franchising route. So to understand ChemDry, first I would like to help you understand what I mean by surface cleaning. So surface cleaning would literally mean any surface that needs to be cleaned. It could be your washroom, it could be your tiles, it could be your grouts, it could be your ceiling, your sofa, your carpet, your car. All this is part of surface cleaning, except for clothes. So clothes is what is the domain, what is the expertise of uClean. But apart from clothes, any kind of surface that needs to be cleaned would come under the gamut of services that ChemDry offers. And very importantly, on today's date, ChemDry is the world's only company that is offering sanitization and disinfection services against COVID-19 virus with 99.9% efficacy. And this claim has been ratified by FDA USA and CDC USA. The main part of the ChemDry process is that everything that ChemDry does is patented and proprietary. So once you come on board the ChemDry franchise system, you would get almost 43 kinds of chemicals, which are all patented and unique to ChemDry. You would also get multiple instruments and equipment, which are again all patented and proprietary to ChemDry. Very importantly, these are all 100-year patents. So no other brand in the world can replicate these chemicals or these equipments before 2060, 2070. And you would be the only the franchise partners of ChemDry have access to these equipments and chemicals. Apart from this, ChemDry is also globally famous for its ChemDry University. In fact, it is the only cleaning brand in the world which has its own dedicated ChemDry University, from where you as a franchise partner can download all the information, can download all the training modules, and keep yourself updated on a daily basis. So Chemdry, right now we are offering two franchise models for India. One is the low investment, low return model, which is called the Chemdry Lite. The second is the higher investment, higher return model, which is called the Chemdry Pro. In Chemdry Lite, we are offering certain hand-picked services which are possible given the limited number of equipment and limited number of chemicals. And Chemdry Lite is a format which we are currently offering across India. When we talk about the Chemdry Pro model, this is restricted to tier 1 and metro cities of India. We would want to first fully establish Chemdry Pro across all the tier 1 and metro cities in India before we start entering the tier 2 and the smaller towns of the country. The best thing about Chemdry, whether you're talking about a Chemdry Pro model or the Chemdry Lite model, is that this is a zero business model. And what I mean by zero business is you do not have to rent out any retail space. Look at any other franchise brand in the world. Every brand requires you to rent out certain space before you start your operations. Chemdry is a man and van model, so you don't have to rent out any retail space. All you need is a Maruti Eco kind of a van for Chemdry Pro or a scooty kind of a vehicle for Chemdry Lite. So your rentals are zero. And because you don't have rentals, you don't have real estate space, your utilities cost, which is water and electricity, is also zero. There is no setup cost because there is no store there. The only investment that you're going to make is in terms of the equipment and the chemicals. And this is also a 0 days to start business. So the day you decide to move ahead, the day you make the payment for the franchisee equipments and the franchisee fee, we can get you started the next day itself. Very importantly, Chemdry also has zero competition. There is literally no other brand in India right now which has the kind of capabilities, the kind of equipment, or the kind of chemicals that Chemdry has. And there's no other brand in India which can offer the range of services that you can offer with Chemdry today. So why would you choose a Chemdry franchisee? Is because one, obviously, like we said, there is absolutely no competition. We are already running the model very successfully in Delhi NCR, in Chennai, in Kolkata, and in Guwahati. And we are seeing absolutely no competition. This also becomes an interesting source of second income. So honestly speaking, this business does not require a very high amount of involvement because at the end of the day, there is a vehicle, there is a team on the vehicle, and the team would be going around executing the various jobs that are being requested. So you can actually monitor this job from the comfort of your office or from the comfort of your home. It is very easy to expand. So you can tie up with hotels, with restaurants, as well as with households. There is a lot of innovation. So I already talked about Chemdry University and the fact that almost everything in Chemdry is patented and proprietary. There is a huge earning potential and there is a very solid support network. And when I talk about the support network, it is not just we as the master franchise in India, but Chemdry Global, which is headquartered in the US. They are also there to support you, to guide you, and to ensure that you become profitable in the shortest possible time, and you recover your investment also in the shortest possible time. Now, this is a very quick comparison between Chemdry Lite and Chemdry Pro. Both the brands would be offering sanitization, home deep cleaning, sofa and chair cleaning, and PURT. PURT basically stands for Pet Urine Removal Technology. Chemdry is the only brand in the world which offers this unique service of removing the pet odor and pet stain from your upholstery, carpet, floor, etc. with 100% efficacy. Apart from this, Chemdry University with very limited access would be available to Chemdry Lite franchisee. Chemdry Pro franchisee would have full access to the Chemdry University. Plus, they can also complete degrees and certification courses from the university. Chemdry Lite is a smaller model, so you would not be able to cater to large-sized commercial cleaning like stadiums or to large-sized hospitals or hotels. Chemdry Pro, because of the equipment and because of the patented HCE technology, you can also cater to all these kinds of institutions and buildings. This is the existing corporate list for Chemdry. So we work with budget hotels, we work with 5-star hotels, we work with banks, we work with offices, We work with healthcare institutions, preschools. So we are already very aggressively working with these corporates and commercial clients. And these clients would also be extended to you the day you decide to join the Chemdry family. This is the Uclean family. And in Uclean also, we work with a lot of budget hotels, restaurants, salons who have requirement for laundry on a regular basis. So depending on whether you join Uclean or you join Chemdry, or you decide to opt for a combination of both the brands, we would also be helping you in forging tie-ups with these B2B institutions. So that's it from my side. Thank you for being such a patient audience. Happy to take up any questions right now, or we could also schedule one-on-one meetings later.
Thank you, Arnabji, for showcasing the wonderful presentation. So due to time constraint, we can take 1 or 2 questions from our partners. So if you have any, we can take it up. Ramanji or Javedji or maybe Annamalai-ji, if we have Mutasarji question, we can take up a question or 2.
Ramana Rao here.
Hi, sir.
Yeah, I would like to know for how many households or residences we can have one Uclean for a density of population in the market.
Sure. So typically, when we talk about tier 1 cities, we give an exclusivity of around 1 kilometer. So between any 2 Uclean stores, the distance has to be 1 kilometer or roughly about 50,000 families. For tier 2 and tier 3, we extend this to anywhere between 2 to 3 kilometers. So about 2.5 lakh should be the population of any given catchment area where a Uclean can successfully and profitably survive.
2.5 lakh and 50,000 residencies. That's what you are talking, right?
Right.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Arnav.
So Arunabji, thank you so much for showcasing the wonderful 2 opportunities, I would say, to all our investors who have joined. So we will definitely connect one-on-one with you for more questions. Thank you so much for joining in today.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Stanley. Thank you so much, Franchiseindia family.
You're welcome. Thank you. So with this, I would now like to invite the last brand of the evening, which is Fenilab, and would request Mr. Suhas to please showcase the screen and tell us the wonderful opportunity that he has for all of us today. Before I hand it over to you, would request to keep the presentation short and crisp so that we can take up relevant questions in time. Thank you. Over to you.
Yeah, hi, good evening to all present here. Sorry for the delayed presentation. So this is FineLab. FineLab is basically a US-based brand, and we are the master franchisees for India. FineLab is a company well-versed in nanotechnology, and they ideally are into automotive, marine, aerospace, and even medical nanotechnology. And FineLab is based out of Chicago, and that's started by 2 founders, Mr. John Stewart and Mr. Philip. And John Stewart is basically the technical head of the entire company, and he is the mastermind for having the entire technology on the board. So FineLab Global is, as I mentioned, it's present in the US, and it's well versed in all the markets that I just mentioned, and they have been in India for the last 5 years and have been expanding rapidly. So this is the global presence that we have, and we are currently partnered and headquartered in Bangalore. So basically, this brand is not into any sort of white labeling or bottling or anything of that sort. And they have about 6 products, or say 6 variants of ceramic coating that are available for now in the market, and about 4 to 5 upcoming products that are very unique to the market. So they have a very strong media coverage again, and a lot of the top tier journalists have credited it, and it's gone really well in the market and been very well accepted. So the Indian automotive industry, as you know, has basically been growing very rapidly, and probably you can say over the pandemic and the course opening up now, that's the only industry where you see some sort of growth, or you would at least see some stable sales happening, and we hope and continue that it would stay the same. And even though premium segment has been going really well, and yeah, so it's going to be one of the big opportunities for anybody to partner with FineLab and expand, because automotive is going to be the future. So the car sales has been really good, and these are the different opportunities that you can see. So, and also if you look into the details of this, you have wash, detailing, accessories, tire care, periodic and accidental repairs that can happen at our franchisee premises. So these are some of the samples that you can say it can go through. And so this is the current, our partners. We have about 9 locations, and we have been really happy. Most of them have broken even and are already in the profit side of it. So again, why FineLab? So FineLab, as you know, is the only brand in the nanotechnology where even though we have our own R&D, we have our own products, we have got it XNOR tested and certified. That is only to get complete understanding and accreditation to say that it is truly going to work in any part of the world, any part of the globe. And even if you look at our presence, we are present in countries where the temperatures go minus, and temperatures that are the highest recorded on earth. So these products have been really working fairly well and really accredited there as well. So these are some of our coatings and how it can be applied, and our technical director, Mr. Krishna, will take over from here.
Hi everyone, I'm Krishna Kumar, the technical director of FineLab India. So we have various types of coatings for different surface coatings as well. In automotive, we have glass coatings, leather coatings, textile coatings, coatings, plastic coatings, wheel and caliper we have. In paint protection coatings, we have different types of coatings such as ceramic, ceramic light, ceramic V2, ceramic ultra, ceramic ceramic plus, heel plus, and we are the pioneers in self-healing technology in ceramic coatings, especially for automotives. We are the first company to invent self-healing technology in ceramic coatings. And as of now, we have the technologies coming up with latest new technologies coming up in the in 1 or 2 months, which will change the detailing industry, like instant self-heal ceramic coats, or instant sprayable PPF, or antimicrobial coatings. We have different types of coatings which are going to rule the market, and we are the only company which have those products in the industry. And I would like to show you, I won't like to take much of your time. I would like to show you some of the videos where you can better understanding by seeing them. Suhas, please play the videos. Then we'll go.
One of the latest displays of the nanotechnology marvel. Once applied, you can rest easy knowing that those inevitable fine scratches to your paint job will swiftly heal by themselves. When our self-healing coating is subjected to temperatures above 60 degrees Celsius, it triggers a self-leveling effect. The nanomagnets on the ends of the ceramic chains begin to vibrate at very high frequencies, pulling themselves together and leveling out surface imperfections. Our coating does not turn into a liquid when heated, but rather a reliable superfluid with solid-like properties. The FineLab self-healing coating will also dramatically improve your car's shine, making it an unparalleled product for your motor vehicle.
Next video. Yes. At present, we have this self-healing technology which requires heat, or heat like hot water, or when the car is parked under the sun for nearly about 1 hour, or a hot air gun, you can see the swirl marks vanish. This is the beautiful technology we have. And once this coating is applied on the car, you can see the gloss. In the next video, you can see the gloss, how the mirror finish you get for the cars. Yeah, see this black color Mercedes Benz. You can see a reflection like a mirror. Next video. Yeah. This is the new technology which is
see a lot of scratches and just creating swirl marks with the help of this brush. You can see. That's it. And now I'm using this brass brush to create swirl marks on both sides. Can you find anything?
This is the new technology which is going to be launched in 1 month or so. So this will rule the market, and you can see one more video. Last one, yeah. You can see the glass and the finish of the car. Yeah, now the financial part, Suhas. And we have, as of now, we have 9 outlets in Pan India, and they are running successfully, and they have break even in the just in 18 months. They have break even, and now we are looking for Pan India expansion in the next few months. We are planning to in this year. We are planning to have 20 plus outlets more. So this would be a wonderful opportunity to have a technology-driven brand in a portfolio who is very much interested in investing. And we have three models. If there is an existing detailer or existing person who is having a different brand, they want to convert their studio into Fine Lab. We have one model that would cost about 38 lakhs approximately, and the total setup requires nearly about 2,500 square feet, which requires a commercial space with 60 minimum of 60 feet road facing. That would be ideal for starting it, and it should be a well situated where traffic movement is more in such localities we require. And there is one more model with and without automatic car wash. With automatic car wash costs nearly about 72 lakhs, which includes franchisee fees, the infrastructure cost, equipment, products, and all other training fees. Everything it includes. And the basic model would be about 53 lakhs would be the cost, including the franchisee fees and all. The rest, everything, RI and everything, we will discuss as there is a shortage in time. So we can discuss it at one-to-one so that it could be easy for you to understand, and we could be available at any time when you require it. Yes, please. Thanks for Franchise India for giving this opportunity for us to showcase our brand. So we would look forward to expand our brand with your support as well.
Thank you, Krishnaji, for wonderful opportunity. Due to time constraint, we can only take one question. So if we have any questions from our partners who have joined us, they can take it up with you right now.
Yes.
Mr. Kumar, there's Javed Khan from Bangalore. What would you be looking for the area like for all the three models?
Actually, we have two outlets in Bangalore. One is in central Bangalore on Museum Road, and one is in HSR layout in Jagsandra. To central and south Bangalore, we are looking at north Bangalore, east Bangalore, and west Bangalore. We are looking for 3 stores in Bangalore.
So what is the requirement?
2,500 square feet would be the ideal space for the space required.
For the bigger model?
Yeah. Bigger or any model, this would be the ideal space, because we are also starting yearly packages like so that the customer will retain with you for years together. So monthly, whenever he comes over, he gives the complete 1 year of payment in advance. So we will have those in advance, and we will give the service with as coupon systems, like so many coupons will be providing them for different types of services in 1 year. That system is also, we are planning to start, that is not included in the ROI list. So we can have one-to-one and discuss that also. The new launching products are antimicrobial coatings is one product which is, we are waiting for the FDA approval. When that product is launched, you need not sanitize for 6 months. That product lasts for 6 months on any surface of any surface like hotels, malls, airports, anywhere in metros, everywhere you can use that products. Anyone who takes the franchisee has an ability, has access to do all services in those areas, not only for automotive, they can do whatever service, industrial coatings or anything, they can do it. We have very good products are launching in the next 2 months. We are launching one product where for removing swirl marks or any contamination on the car surface, paint surface, you need not polish the car. You need not polish. Just there is a coating which when you apply the coating, all your scratches or swirl marks hides, and it becomes a new fresh coat. Those types of coatings are also available in the next 2 months. We are launching that product. So very nice to have this brand as a portfolio in my company. So looking forward to have many such technology-driven products in the brand.
Thank you very much. Definitely we'll come back to you and connect one and one.
Definitely, sir. Definitely. Thank you very much for all your support, and thanks all the investors who have been taking your time for listening all our information. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Krishnaji, for taking out time and showcasing a very wonderful opportunity to all the investors who have joined. Thank you so much for joining in today. We will definitely connect one-on-one with you for more questions. Thank you.
Yes, definitely. Love to do that. Thank you.
So we will now move towards the end of the session, as this was the last brand of the evening. But before we close the session, I would request all our franchise consultants who have joined to share a line or two very quickly to all those investors who have joined, because they've been waiting with us throughout the session. So I would not want them to wait for more. So I would request all our partners to please share a line or two to them. Over to you, Javed ji. Let's start with you.
Thank you very much for attending this show. And I would like to thank all the brands who came and showcased their brands. And I would like to thank Franchise India management team. Special thank to Stanley for organizing this. Thank you very much, all the investors.
Thank you, Javed. Over to you, Ramanaji.
Yeah, I would like to thank all the investors who have attended this show despite the late. And I would like to thank all the brand owners who have presented their brands. And to all the investors, if you have any doubts, we or my colleagues, independent franchisee consultants, will certainly be in touch with you to clarify all your doubts. Have a great day. Good evening.
Thank you, Ramanaji. Over to you, Saraji.
Yeah, thanks a lot for all the investors there patiently. Hats off to you people, because you have waited patiently for almost 3 hours plus, and hats off once again. And I mean, there are great brands. All these brands are excellent brands, and you can really catch the early mover advantage during this part of the time, because later on what happens is a lot of revisions in the COVID. Post-COVID, post-pandemic, there will be a lot of revision in terms of franchise fees and in terms of investment and all. So where it will be hiked up. And the good part is that in your town, and when you are doing the early mover advantage, when you have it, and do the local hypermarket advertisement about the brand that you're going to take as a franchisee, you will definitely have that advantage of consolidating your position in that particular local area in terms of traction, in terms of footfalls and all that. This I've seen this happening many times, especially over the last 3-4 years. This is the trend which is happening. And if you look at it, I don't want to take much of your time, but this is the right time to invest. That's all what I can tell you. Thank you, investors. And I also thank Stanley ji. I also thank all my partners, my IFC partners also. Thanks a lot. Yeah.
Thank you, Saraji. Mudassar ji, over to you. Few quick lines.
Thanks a lot, all the investors and all the brands on the board. And this is a very good opportunity for all the investors to pick up any of the brands. And if you've got any queries, kindly get in touch with us. We are here for you. We'll help you out to suggest which brand is okay for you, to the location, and also the investment size also. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Stanley sir. It was very good. Thanks a lot. Okay. Take care. Bye-bye. Good night.
Thank you. Annamalai ji, any lines from your side?
Yeah. It's really surprising to see there are around 35. I think maybe leaving 5 of us out. There are 30 people still waiting Correct. To know what more we are going to tell. And it is really very good. And I think we'll hope to give you a better opportunity soon. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you.
Thank you, Annamalai ji. Over to you, Naushad ji.
Well, thank you, Stanley. Whole team, on behalf of Franchise India, I thank you for everyone over there. Complete South, please, this is just a teaser. Don't underestimate this webinar. You just have to come back and see whichever brands you liked it. We'll give you a complete brief of from year 1 to year 5 projection to everything, to anything you want to know. You please reach to us. It's just a teaser moment of show. But otherwise, the brand have done an amazing job to showcase whatever they can. Great job, everyone. Thank you so much for making out and staying back until this time. I know it's a little late, but you did a good job by staying back. Thanks for everybody. Cheers. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Vimal ji, over to you.
Thank you, dear participants, for waiting for this 3+ hours for this. You would have got all your doubts as of now. So don't wait for much time before it gets cold. Please get connected with any of us. We'll help you to solve your doubts, and we'll help you to keep in touch with those brands which you like. As Mr. Naushad said, this is not only the portfolio we are having a very, very wide portfolio. So please reach to us with your desires on which all type of opportunities you would like to take forward with your investment bracket also. We'll help you out to solve that. Thank you. Thank you, Stanley.
Thank you, Vimalji. Thank you all our investors and all our participants who have joined us today to make this session a wonderful one. And before we close, I would like to tell you that we, as Mr. Naushad has very rightly said, that right now we have just showcased very few brands due to time constraint, but we have n number of brands according to your paying capacity and according to your area of interest. You can choose any brand. So for that information, you can definitely dial our hotline number, which is 9717683838. And every day at 12 afternoon, we launch a new business opportunity. To get updates on that, you can log into our Facebook page, like the page to get regular updates on new business opportunity we launch every day. So thank you so much for joining me today. Happy franchising. Good night to you all. Thank you.